Good evening and welcome to the Silver Lake Stadium for Solent Sports News' coverage of the Hampshire FA Senior Cup final between Basingstoke Town and Havant Waterlooville.
On pitch side, the sports journalist Jack Atkins.
Good evening. It's an absolute pleasure. Hopefully the weather holds up and we'll be in for a delightful evening.
Just tell me a little bit about this competition and why is it important for the two teams?
The competition was founded in 1887 and today is its 126th edition. It's not the first time that these two teams have met in the final. They met in 2014 at Fratton Park. Basingstoke ran out 3-2 victors in this game, which they'll be looking to do today. They've won the competition 7 times, whereas Havant and Waterlooville have won it 8 and are reigning champions.
I think it's time to take a look at Havant's journey now into the Senior Cup final.
Hundreds were in attendance on a cold March evening as Sholing FC played host to Havant and Waterlooville in the Hampshire Senior Cup semi-final. A win for Sholing would see them in their first Senior Cup final since their loss in 2015 to Gosport Borough. Current champions, Havant and Waterlooville, on the other hand, were looking to seal their third final in 3 years and retain their title. And it only took Havant and Waterlooville 8 minutes to find the back of the net as striker Ibra Sequoia drilled in an effort into the bottom corner. Havant and Waterlooville were not done yet and proceeded to double their lead after a floating corner found the header defender Jordan Rose. Keeping the momentum going, the visitors were on the attack again. After some crafty build-up play, Sequoia's improvised volley gave the Hawks a dream 3-goal lead. But Sholing showed some life in the first 45 minutes as Dan Mason's curling strike pulled one back for his team before the interval. Sholing continued their momentum into the second half and put the visitors under pressure after Lee Wart's goal brought the deficit to 1. However, it was Havant and Waterlooville's night as they proceeded into their second successive final in the Senior Cup.
So, the teams have now come out onto the pitch.
We're in a difficult situation at the moment, having recently been relegated and Lee Bradbury, their manager of 7 years, departing through mutual consent. It's up to Sean Gale to motivate this team to follow in Lee Bradbury's footsteps and get a competition win.
I think we can hear from him now.
So thank you very much for joining us. I'm Adarsh from Solent Sports News. So being in a cup final, how excited are you?
Yeah, it's good. It's great for the football club. It's great for the fans. That, this stage of the season that they follow us all over the country all season. We've had a tough season, so it's nice for them. A little day out, just down the road, and it's a cup final. And every time you play any game, you want to win. But cup finals are important.
Exactly what my next question is. How important is this? What does this? If you win, what does this win mean to you?
It means everything. It means everything to the football club. Our players, how we conduct ourselves and how they do on the pitch is important. And we go out every game to try and win. Cup final, whatever. Training, we ask them to train the same way. So yeah, it's important for us. We want silverware for our football club, and as I say, we want silverware for the fans. So it's an important game.
You stepping up onto the role of the manager just before the finals as well. So how important is it for you, and what do you make of? What's the last bit of advice that you want to give before the players get on the field?
I just want them to go out there and express themselves and show the belief that we have in them, and the desire we ask for every week, and put performance on. We had a poor result on Monday by our standards, and we want a performance today, going into our last league game of the season. So it's important. It's not about me. We won this competition last year, and we want to win it again.
And Basingstoke are of course worthy finalists too, so let's check out their journey to the final. Adarsh Ramanarayanan reports.
Basingstoke Town progressed through the Hampshire Cup final courtesy of a dramatic penalty shootout victory over Southampton's youngsters at the Camrose. The hosts began the brighter, finding themselves 2 ahead inside 4 minutes, with winger Sam Smart scoring the first and assisting the second. Basingstoke's Adam Everest was sent off in the preamble for handling the winger's initial shot as the home side were forced to negotiate the second 45 minutes with 10 men. Buoyed by their recovery, Saints then took the lead for the first time in the tie as Ferry himself capitalised on the defensive mix-up, but again Radhi JD's side were pegged back 20 minutes later as Dean Stow's shot from range ricocheted awkwardly off Christoph Clara and flew beyond Alex Cull. Tyrek Johnson might have thought he'd won it for Saints 13 minutes from time, only for midfielder Dan Bayliss to score the game's 8th goal and level proceedings for the 4th time. Penalties ensued where Saints took a 3-1 lead, but a defiant Basingstoke Town rallied and ultimately weren't for beating as the hosts triumphed 5-4 overall, with winger Warren Jordan, who scored their second in normal time, converting the winning spot kick.
A thrilling semi-final there from Basingstoke, but what can they do tonight?
We spoke to Martin Call earlier, and let's hear what he had to say.
So being in a cup final, how exciting is it?
Well, you're in it to win it. Yeah, I mean, like we've entered the competition to get to the final. We've achieved that. So it's a one-off game. So it's a 50-50 chance, and we look forward to lifting the trophy if we win.
With things so tight in the league for you, how do you feel about? How is the atmosphere kind of in the dressing room?
The dressing room's fine. The problem's been in my head. Picking a team like this is our third game in 5 days. And then we've got, as you say, we've got like this one at the way at the moment. So I've told them this will take care of itself, and then it's back to the league on Saturday, which is, if we'd have got a result Monday, it would have been different. But like I say, it's 2 pressure games, and if they want to play, then you've got to play under pressure.
And also, your next big game is against Taunton. Does that actually affect your team sheet for today? Yeah. I've thought about it since Monday. We've changed it, we've done this, we've done that, and then you're thinking like the competition, it deserves a strong team. We've got a decent squad, it's moving people about, fatigue, we've gone for everything, but we've come here to win it, so I'm going to put the team out to give it the best.
The teams are all set and they're looking ready to kick off now, so we're going to pass over to our commentating team up there, Joe Crabb and Will Fowler.
Good evening and welcome to the Silver Lake Stadium. I'm Joe Crabb, I'll be commentating with my partner in crime, Will Fowler, for this evening. We're here at the Silver Lake, which is home to Eastleigh FC, but for one night, it's home to the Hampshire FA Senior Cup final being played between Havant and Waterlooville FC and Basingstoke Town. Will, it's good to have you here.
Thanks, Joe. It's good to be here.
So, the team sheets are out, the team's ready to go. So we've got Havant and Waterlooville playing in the orange and black, kicking from left to right, with Basingstoke Town in the blue and yellow trim. So, Will, what screams out to you from the team sheets? What notable players are playing and not playing for the teams?
Well, I think it's interesting to see that both Alfie Rutherford and Sam Argent have been left out of the teams. They're both top scorers for the respective teams going into this evening's game. But they have got a lot of games coming up. I mean, I think Havant and Waterlooville have played a lot recently, and Basingstoke are playing their 3rd game in just over 100 hours. So there's going to be a lot of tired legs out there today. So the managers are really going to have to look to shift the teams around.
And you mentioned there a lot, Basingstoke in particular, playing so many games in so few hours. From a player's perspective, can that be something playing on the back of your mind going into a game?
Yeah, of course it can. I think when you're playing so many games in such a short space of time, it does take its toll. You do get tired legs. It's recommending that you sort of have about 48 hours worth of recovery anyway. So these players are going to be feeling it tonight. But hey, it's a cup final. Emotions are going to be flying, and it'd be really interesting to see how these two teams get on.
Absolutely. It looks just about ready to kick off here. Havant and Waterlooville, number 29, the forward Hassan Jallo, about to kick off. We'll get ready back to go for the 126th Hampshire Senior FA Cup final. The last 3 meetings between these two sides in this game, in the final, have all gone the way of Basingstoke. Will, if you're a betting man, who's your money on tonight?
Well, they've had sort of similar seasons, to be fair. They're both, I mean, Havant and Waterlooville obviously relegated off the back of their loss last week. And then obviously Basingstoke are fighting for relegation as well. There are a difference in leagues, but I'd probably go, I'm not quite sure, mate. We'll have to see how it goes.
Absolutely. And the early exchanges here, both teams maybe trying to feel each other out. How important do you think it could be just to establish your game plan, get a feel for the game early on?
Oh, mentality is important, very, very important, almost paramount. Obviously, Basingstoke are going to have to let Havant come to them. You know, they've got a little bit more of an improved side compared to the away side. But I think, you know, have the first couple of minutes, just see what's going on. And I think if they get the ball down and start playing through the midfield, I think they could be in with a real chance here.
Absolutely. It's been a bit of a scrappy start to the game here. A few loose balls. There's another one going out for a throw-in on the far side. If you hear the noise here, it's from the Basingstoke Barmy Army in the north stands. They seem to have travelled well. There's quite a few fans here tonight, so it's going to be a really good evening, and we're looking forward to being able to tell it to you. So, Will, Havant and Waterlooville, they've won 2 of the last 3 cup finals. If they win tonight, it'll be back-to-back wins in this cup. And what do you think is a driving factor for them, given the fact that they have been relegated from their league?
Well, I think the fact that obviously they've got a game. They're playing Barnet on Saturday, which is a game that would, you know, not only finish off the season, but will stop them.
Oh, it's a goal! Basingstoke 1-0. It's a ball. It's given offside. It was a delicious ball in from the left-hand side. The keeper spilled it right in the edge of his 6-yard line, and it was tapped in, but waved offside. Early sign of danger for Basingstoke there. Can get in there.
I think the keeper's got to do better there. The sprinklers were on for an hour before the game today, so the grass is going to be wet. But for me, the keeper really should have held on to that one. It's a lucky escape for him there.
Absolutely, and Havant and Waterlooville, despite being 2 leagues higher, showing signs of some vulnerability there at the back. It was a simple ball. It was inviting, but rightly given offside. And here we go back again. The ball lumped forward from Basingstoke, well defended. I feel this could be a real theme to this game. These 2 sides have actually met plenty of times in this cup final. Despite being 2 leagues apart, as I mentioned earlier, I think there is going to be a real sense of grit, determination. Maybe both teams haven't had much of a successful season. And although there has been things going on behind the scenes, both teams have got to love coming away with a win today, surely will.
Yeah, I mean, history's on the sides of the team who's won it most, of course. But I think when you come to it, you know, these have been a few and far between in terms of years. I think there are a new set of players, obviously new managers involved. I don't think that the history will come into it too much. I think it'll be just who's more solid and who's better on the day.
Absolutely. Basingstoke with some good possession here, playing it out from the back. Nice ball into midfield, collected well. Seems to be the Havant having to soak up the pressure here, with Basingstoke being on the ball quite a bit.
Well, I think Ben Wright is really looking dangerous. Number 9 in that central attacking role. He's got a big presence. The Waterlooville defenders are really going to have to be careful today, because he is a real threat.
And we have our first foul of the game here, going in the favour of Havant and Waterlooville, with the Basingstoke a bit too rough in midfield there, but it seems both teams trying to feel each other out early on in this game so far. To take this free kick is Tyler Cordner for Havant and Waterlooville. Let's see what they can get from this. It'd be really good if they can soak up this pressure they've just had. He lumps it forwards, falls down, headed into the box, is chased up, but it's going to be collected by the Basingstoke goalkeeper. Goal kick here for Basingstoke, lumped up the midfield. Number 9 again wins the ball in the middle of the pitch. He's been an absolute dominant force for Basingstoke. He's running, he's taken on, he's going to a goal, he's going to have a shot, and it's over the bar. Another sign of Basingstoke having real danger for Havant and Waterlooville. Maybe not what everyone would have thought going into the game.
Yeah, they're really cutting through this tangerine defence at the minute. Again, Ben Wright being at the centre of it all. He just had a little look up, didn't really see many people around him in terms of support. But I think the shot, he just leant back a little bit, his left foot straight over the top of the bar, and quite comfortable for the goalkeeper.
And for those of you who may not know Will Fowler, we have got esteemed company here in the gantry. Will has won the Peter Houseman Youth Cup for Kings Clear, and he's also won the Andover District Saturday League. Will, if I'm not mistaken, you have played against Ben Wright before when you were a player.
Yeah, very young, very long time ago. Started off at Peterborough, and then has gone on to play. Actually played for Eastleigh, and signed back in July 2017. So in terms of the history of the Havant club, they will have they will know about him, and they will know that attacking threat that he possesses.
Absolutely, and he's been maybe one of the biggest outlets for Basingstoke, and he's holding that role down centrally. And for those of you who are football fans, you might know that there is another small game going on this evening in the north of England at Old Trafford. We'll give you some updates as well on the Manchester United-Manchester City game, but obviously, as we all know, this is more important. Just a bit of history about the Cup as well. It was formed in the 1887-88 season. This is the 126th rendition, and going into the game, Basingstoke have won this coveted trophy 7 times, making them a giant of the game. But Havant and Waterlooville are 8 times winners, so it's a real clash of the titans in this game. 2 massive Hampshire teams going at it, and it's going to be a really good spectacle. Basingstoke once again on the attack, but he's come down to the left-hand side. Pressing up through midfield. Slowed down a bit this attack, but he's rolled it out to the right-hand side. It's a nice play, recycling the ball here. Once again down through the middle. He's closed down quickly though, about out to the right-hand side. The ball's whipped in, delicious, inviting. Oh, he couldn't bring it down this time. Ben Wright, big target man on the penalty spot, just couldn't quite control the ball. But they're pressuring and they've won the ball, but oh, so close for Basingstoke once again. In the opening exchanges, you've got to say Basingstoke have come right at them.
They really have, and I think, you know, no matter how good a team you are, if you can't play under pressure, you're in dangerous territory anyway. And Basingstoke are really bringing the game to the Hawks today. They really are pushing.
And once again, we come down the left-hand side with Sam Smart. He tucks it up to the byline, whips the ball across the goal line, and it's cleared by Havant and Waterlooville. Picked up by Basingstoke in midfield again, but the possession has been misplaced. It's a really interesting opening 5 minutes to this game so far, with both teams having a couple of chances, but you feel Basingstoke could be happier with the opening of the game. There's a chance to get a bit of a counter-attacking football going here. It's a delicious ball out to the left flank here. They've got a bit of space to work with, Havant and Waterlooville. Ball comes to Hassan Jalloh, who's going to hold it up on the outside of the box. He's had time, he's found his teammate, he's going to have more time. And this is a real dangerous attack building now on the right-hand side. The ball is whipped in across the box, but it's cleared. Well, once again, pretty simple stuff to defend, but the build-up play was very nice there.
Yeah, look at Van Jordan there. He's made the run. He's nutmegged the Havant and Waterloo forward, and he's played that, and he's taken that all the way to the other side of the pitch. That's brilliant. That's brilliant defending. But also, it really does emphasise that attack is the best form of defence. It really does. He's played really well in this opening couple of minutes.
Absolutely, and Sam Deadfield here in mid-possession in midfield. Basingstoke having the lion's share of the ball at the moment, which may be a surprise to some people watching the game. Misplaced pass there for Basingstoke, and now Havant got the chance to counter-attack once again. On the right-hand side, it's number 7, Wes Fogden. He's taken the ball, he's held it back. It's nice build-up play, controlled and calm here from Havant and Waterlooville. You might get the sense they're just building into the game, maybe growing in confidence. They've weathered the storm a little bit with the early Basingstoke attacks, and they're starting to grow in confidence, passing nicely to the feet there. It's number 10, Joe Quigley, who's going to be a big performance that will be needed from him tonight with Alfie Rutherford on the bench. Really nice turn and pace again, and Basingstoke are in here. It's one-on-one with the keeper. He's put it. Oh, what a save! You couldn't write that. What an absolutely blinding save there from Ben Dudzinski. He was one-on-one with an attacker, and he brought out, closed the ankle down, and chested it down. What a cracking save! And you've got to give it to him there. Havant should be 1-0 down.
They really should. I mean, what a ball through by Ben Wright there. The linesman had a big decision to make. He was very much on the cusp of offside. But what Martin Coull's done, he's brought Sam Smart over to the right-hand side. You might feel that there's a bit of a bit more of an attacking threat from that side. He's had a little look at the left back there, and it looks like he's changing things around tactically to see if he can get his team a bit further ahead.
Absolutely. And Ben Wright has drawn a foul cleverly in the midfield areas there. This could be another great chance for Basingstoke, who have looked the stronger side in the early exchanges, to get the ball forward once again. Free kick is taken to the left-hand side. Adam Everins on the ball now, and it's played through to right. He's going to play a lovely ball in to number 11. Oh, what a save again! Basingstoke should be 2-0 up here, Will.
They really should.
Really nice bit of interplay just on the edge of the 18-yard box.
They really should. They've got through so quickly, so easily, and on a couple of occasions, that one fan to Van Jordan, he really should have finished there. They're very comfortable for the keeper. He's making some saves that honestly he should be making anyway. But they play straight at him. There's no sort of corner efforts or anything.
Ben Dzinski, number 21 in goal for Havant Waterlooville. That's only going to boost his confidence there early on, surely.
Yeah, of course. Well, they brought him in from He signed from Bostik Club Lowestoft, which are a good side. Ooh,
close
gone
one
out for a goal
from
kick.
direct from the corner. Goal kick to Havant.
Yeah, Dzinski actually made his debut in the Hampshire Cup final, so he's experienced in this sort of game and on this sort of magnitude. So he's done all right so far. It's just that one earlier little slip up with the ball slipping out of his hands, but he's a confident lad, and I think he'll grow into this game.
It is worth mentioning, of course, that Havant and Waterlooville FC have had a bit of a crisis at the club in the recent weeks. They've had managerial change, with Sean Gale coming in, who was the assistant manager beforehand, and he has managed the club in 2012, of course. But how can that affect the players' mentality, Will, going into a game so crucial such as this?
Oh, managers can mean everything. At the end of the day, they're the man that's got to make the decisions, and they're the guy that's going to take the flak if results aren't going their way. Yes, of course, he left by mutual consent. But I think Havant will be looking to. They'll be looking to put on a performance for their manager today, Sean Gale.
Absolutely, and it's yet another free kick here to Basingstoke, and it's Sam Deadfield to take just from maybe 10 yards in from the midfield area. He plays a nice clean ball down, and a big strong Ben right, but he draws the foul. Havant and Waterlooville. You can see the game plan here for Basingstoke early on. Play the ball as much as we can to big Ben Wright, number 9.
Yeah, he is. He's really shown what he's made of. A bit unfortunate there, actually. I thought. I think it was a bit of a 50-50. But like I say, he's a big guy. He's going to draw fouls, and he's also going to commit them. That's just the way of players of that size.
Yeah, absolutely, he's going to have to make a nuisance of himself. They are going to hurt this Havant and Waterlooville side. It's a really interesting matchup, this one, Will. Basingstoke, as we know, who play in the Southern Football League at the moment, massive goal threat they've scored. They've scored 80 goals in their 41 league games so far this season. On the tail end of that, they've also conceded 80 goals. Just what do you think this can mean for in terms of Havant and Waterlooville, where they can try and hurt them?
Well, obviously, if they've conceded as many as they've scored in the league, so that in itself tells you that there's an obvious weakness at the back. But it does also tell you that they can score. It might just be a case of outscoring the opposition. I know it's a funny way to play, but it depends how they've set up. They've set up really organised actually today. They've seen a lot of the possession. They've had way more chances. And
here we go again, where Sam Smart picks the ball and draws a foul. Oh no, he doesn't. The referee doesn't give it. It looked a bit of a rough one, but it was shoulder to shoulder. Havant and Waterlooville in possession in their own half here once again. Played back to the keeper, Dzinski. And the foul was given in favour of Havant and Waterlooville. Did look a bit soft, but they've got to respect the referee's decision there. This once again will be a nice period of time where Havant and Waterlooville can just calm the game down, slow down the play that Basingstoke have been able to do so far. Something's got to give here for Havant and Waterlooville, surely will. They can't keep trying this playing out from the back and getting closed down. Look at the pressure again here in the midfield. In their own half as well. They're pressing, Basingstoke are pressing magnificently, really high.
Yeah,
nice little bit of play here.
They are getting wide actually. You got right back Dan Strugnall. He's really playing on a wide pitch. He's trying to get that number 3, Adam Everest. He's going to try and get him to come out as far as he can to open some space up in between the back 4.
Throw in here deep into Basingstoke territory for Havant and Waterlooville. And they've lost the ball, and the ball's cleared, unfortunately. A nice challenge, and Havant and Waterlooville gain possession in their opponent's half for maybe one of the first times in the game so far. Nice wide play here. Oh, a bit of miscommunication there between Dan Strugnall and Chris Paul in the final third. He tried to play a ball in behind the defence, but it wasn't quite successful. Basingstoke can now soak up some more pressure of their own and break themselves. Oh, dangerous back pass to their own keeper there, but he does collect it well. It's passed out to the left back here, number 6. Throw-in heads Havant Waterlooville taken quickly now. He's got a bit of space here now for number 29, Hassan Jolla, who takes it down to the outside of the D but passes it backwards. Maybe should have taken on the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, they're just wising them up, aren't they? They're just scouting them out, seeing what's going on. That's a fantastic ball, but Strugnall's offside.
Called offside. This is the sort of thing you might think Havant Waterlooville had to do: stretch the field, diagonal long passes, keep the Basingstoke defence honest in a sense, really. If you're just joining us here, it's about 15 minutes into the game. It's 0-0 in the Hampshire Senior Cup final. Opening exchanges were heavily dominated by Basingstoke, which is a bit of a surprise to many, given the fact that Havant and Waterlooville were some people's favourites given their status at the moment. It's a really interesting game, and Havant and Waterlooville here once again in possession. They're growing once more into the game. Long ball played forward here. It's a nice ball. He's going to catch it before he gets out of bounds? I don't think so. No, unlucky.
Those Basingstoke fans are really going to get behind their team today. They're going mental over on that stand. They really are.
That really could be the difference, maybe boosting them on. Let's not forget, if they don't win their game against Taunton to end the season, Basingstoke could be facing a relegation themselves. So this could be just one or two things to cheer about at the end of the season. And Sam Smart down here on the left-hand flank, good bit of pace, good bit of strength. He finds the ball into the midfield, but it's misplaced. And now Havant and Waterlooville can break. Nice bit of play there from number 10. Joe quickly is going to be taken on, but he's lost the ball behind. He took on 2 or 3 defenders there, got to the edge of the box, but left the ball behind, couldn't drag it with him.
Yeah, that's a really good tackle by Sam Devfield. He's really pulling the strings in that centre of midfield. He's quite a nifty little player. He looks quite good with the ball. He could be the difference here today. We spoke a lot about Ben Wright throughout the sort of first 10 minutes of the game, but I think Devfield and a few others are looking pretty lively.
Do you think Basingstoke could come to regret not taking advantage of those great chances they had early on, Will?
Oh, definitely. They've looked really bright actually. But obviously, you know, it's one of those games. It's a performance game. You if you miss those chances and you get beat 1-0, you're obviously going to rue them. But they really cut through this Havant side really easily, which is nice to see actually for a club that a little bit further down the pecking order in comparison to the hosts today.
Interesting fact about Basingstoke, back in 2014, they actually tried to sign the one and only Ronaldinho. You can imagine he would make the difference today in this game. Free kick here, Havant Waterlooville, excuse me. They're just holding a bit of possession now. They are, as I mentioned before, growing into the game, and they are now dominating possession. Captain Ed Harris on possession here. Plays it out a bit dangerously in his own final third.
Yeah, shouts for handball there. Not quite sure what the Basingstoke players are on about.
Nice and strong there from Hassan Jolla, who wins the ball, holds it up and takes 1 or 2 guys on and draws the foul. It's a nice bit of hold-up play there just to give his team a bit of a breather, but they play quickly. And the referee had to dodge the ball there. That was a quick pass. Number 7, Wes Fogden going forward. He's making a run. He wasn't seen by his teammate there, though he might have been well in there. And here we go again, Havant building more attacks, giving the ball away in silly situations in their opponent's final third. It is worth mentioning as well that Basingstoke got to this final by defeating Southampton FC's academy in the semi-final. It was a massive game, 4-4, and it went to 5-4 on penalties. So that's got to give Basingstoke a bit of confidence going into this fixture, surely.
Yeah, of course. I think you're playing an academy side. They're well drilled. They're a professional side. They're a youth side, which obviously showed because they scored the goals. But then, like you said earlier about the conceding so many and scoring so many, that was an 8-goal thriller. It was 7-0 actually in the quarterfinals for the Dragons. So there are goals, but there's not any here. It's fair game for both sides.
Absolutely, and Havant Waterlooville had to play a tough Sholing side away in the semi-final, and they came away victorious 3-2. So they also had a bit of a tough run to the final, scoring goals and conceding a lot. Number 5, Shane Hollamby, is down here for Basingstoke, and he's just getting a little bit of treatment from the physio team, maybe a knee or an ankle. It was just in the collision about a minute ago. I think he seems to be okay, but he's just getting a little bit of treatment here.
I think Basingstoke, what they need to do is they really push for the first 10 minutes. They look really comfortable in possession. They were obviously creating the chances. Haven't just come back into this game actually. I think it's very much a it will be whoever blinks first, because these two teams are, well, I say they're solid. Haven't been a bit lackadaisical, but I think it will be whoever blinks first, because both teams are capable of scoring.
And Shane Hollamby is up and running unassisted to get off the pitch, find some more treatment. He has had to go off, so he might be facing a couple of minutes with 10 men for Basingstoke, but it seems to be what we all hope for, is that number 5, Shane Hollamby, is okay for Basingstoke. Yes, he's entered the field back again once again. Will, as a player, how important can those little breaks, 2 or 3 minutes here or there, just be to get you catch your breath and maybe give you a little bit of an energy boost?
I think in just having a couple of minutes just to regroup, you can get words on from the manager. It's not something that I personally I look too much into. But for some players, just that extra couple of seconds just to sort of rethink their head can do the world of good.
Long ball played forward by Havant Waterlooville. It's headed on by Dan Strugnall, who will be cleared by the Basingstoke defence. I do seem to be asking a few more questions now, this Basingstoke defence, to the Hawks. Once again, the Hawks build-up play comes through the middle, short passing game, possession-based. Back to the keeper it goes, Dzinski. And start again. Long balls played forward here. A couple of runners on for Havant Waterlooville. It is headed on successfully. Number 7 goes up. Wells Fogden, but he is beaten to the ball. Basingstoke looking to get some possession of their own here with a throw-in. You've got to give it to those Basingstoke fans. Well, they haven't stopped singing since the game's kicked off. It's great to see that atmosphere for a cup final.
Yeah, these Havant Waterloo fans are almost non-existent. There's a fair few. I think they're over in the Drive personnel stand. They all sat down. Not one of them stood up. The Basingstoke fans are going mental.
Little Premier League roundup here for you. 25 minutes played in the Wolverhampton-Arsenal game, 0-0. And in the first 10 minutes of the United City game, it's still 0-0. We'll keep you updated for that score throughout the night. Talking about the Manchester United-Manchester City game, obviously if Manchester United win, that could be a massive boost for Liverpool in their playoff, in their hunt for the Premier League. An interesting fact, back in, in 2007, Havant Waterlooville actually played Liverpool in the FA Cup 4th round.
They did, yeah. First ever 4th round that they got to as a club. They beat 5-2 in the end. But what an experience! You're playing against world-class players, playing at Anfield as well. It's pretty incredible.
Long ball played forward there by Basingstoke, easily cleared away by Havant Waterlooville. But they are still pressuring the Basingstoke players here. Nice play to clean up there by number 12, Josh Huggins. Seems a bit of a big force there in the midfield for the Hawks. So, Will, given what we've seen so far from these opening plays, what players do you think could be the crucial players?
Well, I think obviously we've spoken a lot about Ben Wright. He seems to have got a bit tired recently. last couple of minutes. The trouble is the ball's not going to him. The number 10s are playmakers from both sides. We've got Joe Quigley and we've got Sam Devfield. They both look pretty dangerous. But again, I think it's going to be a case of this isn't going to be a long haul of goals. We've seen before that they can both score goals. They can both concede goals. So it'd be very interesting to see what this finishes out at full time.
You mentioned there about Ben Wright looking tired for Basingstoke. This could obviously play into the fact that they have played so many fixtures in the last week. I think we've had a case of the commentators' curse here. Will, we predicted goals early on with both teams being so free-flowing. Almost halfway through the first half now, and all barring those opening chances of Basingstoke, has looked a bit of a quiet game so far.
It has, but it's been good football. Both sides are getting the ball down. They are picking out passes, and they're picking out successful passes as well. I really think having a Waterlooville can get a bit of luck down the right-hand side. Strugnall is dragging out their left back so much. I really think he can get to it a bit more often.
Absolutely, and he's linking up well with the forwards for the Hawks there. This right-hand side, as it was for Basingstoke early on, looks the key for victory for Havant and Waterlooville. And possession is wasted here by Havant and Waterlooville. Number 11, Ivan Jordan whips in a great ball. As hole, Ben Wright had a brilliant
What a chance!
He must have lost the ball in the spotlight there because it looked like it was on his head there.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to finish that. It's just come across to his head. It's almost skipped off and gone straight onto his arm. And referee James Robinson's given the free kick to the Orange team.
That's the third premium quality chance that Basingstoke have had to open up this Havant and Waterlooville defence now. Maybe some frustration starting to show here on the pitch.
Yeah, Van Jordan's really playing well in that centre, number 11. He's stringing the passes along. He's really beating players, and it's good to see. It's interesting to see because he's keeping those Havant defenders on their feet, and he again one of those players that could change the game very easily.
Ben Wright picks the ball up here and he's got a couple of runners, pass it into the midfield. Nice play, spot the runners. Patient build-up play here from number 8 there for Basingstoke. Michael Atkinson, who spots the pass forward. It is broken up by the Hawks defence, out for a throw-in, Basingstoke.
Yeah, it looks like Van Jordan and Ben Wright have just switched roles for a second. It looks like they've tried to go for a little bit more attacking pace up front.
Nice little link-up play of Ben Wright here, who slides in the line has put his flag up again. It's more questions being asked. They seem to be carved open there again, and if the flag had stayed down, it would have been saved. Ben Dzinski playing well at the moment, making the saves that he should do. But once again, Basingstoke asking all the questions of the Hawks' defence.
It's a good job the weather's stayed off us tonight. We're forecast for quite heavy rain in the coming days. But look, this pitch is an absolute carpet. We were walking upside it the other day, this afternoon actually, and the groundsman's done a terrific job, rivaling those of a certain Leicester City, I'd say.
Absolutely, it looks a beautiful scene up here in the rickety gantry. The wind is starting to brew a little bit, and we're feeling very alive sat on the scaffolding here at the Silver Lake Stadium. But grateful to be here nonetheless. Played back here by Basingstoke to their keeper, Tom McGill.
Currently on loan from Brighton and Hove Albion is Tom McGill, so a really exciting prospect, only a young lad, but what a coup for a team like Basingstoke to pick up a player of that sort of quality.
Absolutely, he hasn't been tested yet in this game, but one thinks that his massive team, obviously Brighton, his background with them could come into hand later in the game. Nice bit of skill here from number 27, Chris Ball from Havant Waterlooville. Holds the ball up well, and he's taking it inside.
not really a lot of play in the attacking third from Havant, Joe. There seems to be a lot of build-up play through the midfield, but they just seem to be sticking around.
Absolutely, and number 10 here is on the ball. He's got it into the box, tries to whip it across and earns a corner for Havant Waterlooville.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sam Deadfield, he really does look a threat here. He's dragging across Adam Everest. He's really making him work, which is good, because if you're a defender and you've got someone on your case like that 100% of the time, you're really going to start pounding, and that's when it turns into a mental battle, and that's half the game. What it is, although you've got to be physical at some point, but there is a strong psychological factor to it.
Excuse me there. And the Hawks line up, swings it and outswinger, but it was given a foul from the referee there. In those particular scenarios where the Hawks have the ball up front, how much do you think they're going to miss leading goal scorer Alfie Rutherford, who is currently on the bench?
Well, obviously, if you've got someone in your team who scores a lot of goals, not only do you miss him when he's not playing, but also it's almost like taking out the heart out of the team. Scoring a lot of goals, it helps. Obviously, it helps you in the league. It's a results game, but I think having Ben Wright in there at the minute, that's actually for Basingstoke. Havant and Waterlooville really need to start putting it well. Obviously, put the ball in the back of the net.
Absolutely. And the leading striker for the Hawks at the moment, Hansen Jalla, he only actually has 2 goals this season, whereas Alfie Rutherford has 18. Do you think that could be a key factor?
I don't think so. I think any player can put the ball in the back of the net. It's just the ones that do it in the important games. Obviously, Alfie Rutherford's done that consistently throughout the season. But again, you think any of these players can score.
Absolutely, a dangerous-looking free kick here for Basingstoke. Probably 30 yards out on the left-hand side, looking at the goal. Standing over the ball is the big man. Of course, who else is it going to be? It's Ben Wright. But there also is number 2, Dean Stowe. Who do you fancy on this one, Will?
Well, so Dean Stowe scored in the previous round against Southampton. He looks like he looks like he can take a wicked free kick. But it depends whether they want to go for placement or power on this one.
He's lining it up. 2-man in the wall here. Keeper 2/3 away. And it's Ben Wright to take it, and he's absolutely shanked that one. It's almost gone out for a throw-in.
Someone injured.
Crikey, that was a really, really dreadful effort there. I think he'll want to put that one behind him as fast as he can.
Yeah,
there,
definitely.
Goal kick then, almost for throw-in after that devastatingly shocking free kick from Basingstoke. That was a bit of a wasted challenge there, I think, Will.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it depends on whether you want to put the ball in the box onto someone who can header it in. He's got a lot of confidence that he can take the shot on from there. But yeah, unfortunately, it's come off the wrong end of his boot.
Nice bit of possession play here from the Hawks, who build it out and get it out to the left-hand side. Really nice way to escape, and they're on the break here. Plenty of space open here on the right-hand side, and it comes down to the right back, number 2, Dan Strugnall, who's seeming a lot of the ball in this last stage of the first half. Once again, he finds the ball. Nice play here, nice possession football. The Hawks building in confidence, moving up to the opponent's 18-yard line. It's nice to see a bit of patience on the ball here. They're not trying to force it. They're playing natural football.
Yeah, Chris Paul's that artistic sort of player.
What an absolute ball. Number 15 is in here. And it's a
in.
goal! Havant and Waterlooville 1. Basingstoke 0. What a destructive ball that was through the middle of the defence there, Will.
Well, I was just about to say that Chris Paul's that artistic player in the middle pulling the strings. What a pass he's played through there. That is brilliant. And Josh Huggins just lifted it straight over the top of the keeper. I think the Basingstoke defenders were waiting for the linesman's flag from Peter Lowe, but it just never came. What a finish, and 1-0 to the hosts.
And there's a player, those are the balls that you wish you can get at the end on there. Beautiful pass there. All in the pass. Havant and Waterlooville 1, Basingstoke Town 0. Well, linking back to what I said earlier about Basingstoke potentially living to regret not taking those amazing chances they've had. This goal now is a mountain to climb for them, surely.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, they haven't really had a chance. They barely got up the ball in the box. So to get it in there, and I mean, that was honestly a delicious pass. Chris Paul has cut the defence like a hot knife through butter. What a pass that was, and what a finish to match it.
We'll get to see what the Dragons are made of here from Basingstoke. 1-0 down to the Hawks, who bigger team above, 2 leagues above them, absolutely with no disrespect to Basingstoke. And that was a big challenge there, going in the left-hand side of the pitch, but nothing given.
Yeah, I thought the referee might have called a foul for that. Chris Paul's gone sliding in a little bit on number 8, Michael Atkinson. I did think that was a free kick, actually.
I think he's given a corner kick here to Basingstoke. This is a really, really good chance. They have to take these chances that are building up now. Surely it's got to be Ben Wright, the target man here. He plays a small one to the edge of the box, one for the training ground. Ball goes up in the middle of the penalty area, and it's absolutely shanked into the air. I think he lost that one in the clouds. That one come down with rain on it.
It did, yeah, and I think at that sort of time you just got to do it. Oh, there's been a foul here, quite
Another
a nasty
foul,
one on number 10, Sam Debfield.
And he's still down here at the moment. The referee's just checking to see if he's all right. But there's another good chance to get the ball into the box here for Basingstoke.
Yeah, just an interesting fact about Sam Debfield. Started his career off at Reading before he went to Birmingham City. He played in the quarterfinals of an FA Youth Cup. So again, you know, these players have got experience in these high pressure games. But it's it's whether they can do it on a cold Wednesday night at the Silver Lake.
Lovely ball whipped in there by number 2, Dean Stowe. Perhaps he should have been on the first free kick they had, Will.
Yeah, definitely. He looks like he's more of a creator.
Ball's still alive, and it's been turned away for Basingstoke pressuring here. Sam Smart trying to give him the shimmy on the edge of the box, goes down to the byline, whips the ball across, and oh, what a fantastic ball that was. Oh, crikey. The ball's been whipped across byline, it's gone past, I don't know how it hasn't hit someone and gone in there, and it fell. The keeper, I don't know really whether the keeper didn't see it, but it's just gone out, the keeper's got it now. Well, really good chance again for Basingstoke to
see of bodies there, wasn't it, really?
Absolutely. And that's the right height for a ball across the byline like that. It can hit anywhere and go in, couldn't it?
Really, really dangerous, yeah. He's put a really good ball in there, Smart.
About 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Havant Waterlooville winning by the leg of Josh Huggins. What a goal it was. Score update for the Premier League for all of our fans concerned. Wolverhampton Wanderers are currently beating Arsenal 1-0 at the Molineux, whereas in the Manchester derby that's going to be hotly anticipated, still 0-0. We've got a big West Ham fan in Will here, so he was just shaking the scaffolding a little bit too much at Arsenal losing.
Can confirm, Joe, it's actually 2-0 now.
It's 2-0.
Wolves have got another one, yeah.
As a West Brom fan, that is not good for me to hear.
But anyway, yeah.
But anyway, here we are at the Silver Lake Stadium. And what a stadium it is as well. It's looking beautiful under the lights now.
I just need to go back to this carpet of a pitch that they're playing on. These players are really lucky.
Here it is, Sam Smart. He's going to have a shot. Edge of the box. He's moving out to the right-hand side. He's given the opportunity away. He turns back in on the edge of the 18-yard box. Down towards the byline. Right footer. Swings one in. And it's a corner ball. What? Wait. Something out of nothing there, really, but it was athletic play to hold on to the ball for so long.
He's done that on numerous occasions, yeah. Like I say, he started over on the left-hand side, bringing him over to that right wing position. He's had a couple of chances up against Tyler Cordner, and he's actually beaten him a few times. But he looks really dangerous.
They take the short corner by Sam Smart, and it's whipped in the box here. First head on it was and it's too easy for the keeper to collect that one.
Yeah, tame effort into the hands of Zizinski.
Absolutely. Goal scorer for Havant Waterlooville, a bit of a journeyman midfielder here, having played for Farnborough and Maidenhead, as well as Havant Waterlooville FC. Going back to that goal, Will, I've got to be able to enjoy that again. What a delicious pass that was to open up the defence.
Yeah, you've really got credit, Chris Paul there. Huggins has made the run, and what a run it is. That's the run that you want, in behind the defenders, and he's made them pay.
Once again, the Hawks asking questions of Basingstoke's defence there, but it was calmly defended. Oh, advantage given here, rightly so. It's a long ball played for, but I don't think the number 3 here, Adam Everest, is going to make it. Keeper's played it. Davinsky chipped him. Oh, a bit cheeky there. And don't forget, stay tuned during half-time where you'll be able to join our reporters, Gurpreet Singh, Jack Atkins and Adarsh Rahman, who will be having interviews with players and managers as well as members of the Hampshire FA who've put on this amazing spectacle for you this evening. So stay tuned for more exciting content coming from you exclusively from the Sports Broadcasting MA course at Solent University. Talking about Solent University actually, and Havant Waterlooville actually knocked out Team Solent in the quarterfinals of this competition, Will.
Yeah, Team Solent have got a really good side playing in the Sydenham's Wessex League, alongside some other teams that were, teams like Tadley Caliva, Andover New Street. They have some really quality teams in this competition, but it just shows, obviously, these teams are the best of the best, and it shows.
Absolutely, and possession once again squandered by Basingstoke. So throw in here to Havant and Waterlooville in their own half. As I stated earlier, again, they have been growing in confidence, and just before the first half ends here, we've got about 5 minutes or so left here. Another goal will surely see them through if they can get it before the half, Will.
Well, we said at the beginning there will be goals, and then we sort of ate our words a little bit. But the first goal's gone in. I think that's a bit of a catalyst for a few more this evening, because they will come. They will come. Both teams are looking lively, but both teams look like they've got a little bit of a hole in their chink in their armour.
Miscommunication here from Basingstoke has led to some Havant possession, and really strong play here from number 29 of Havant.
Oh, what a touch.
Justin Joller. And the referee said he's got the ball, which I think was a fair decision. There's a good tackle on the edge of the box for Basingstoke.
Yeah, again, there was a fair game actually. Sam,
Basingstoke are in possession here, big number 11, and he's played a woeful ball in. Surely he's got to be doing better than that. He could have played a big man right in there.
That's unbelievable. They're playing on a top quality pitch. He really should have got a foot on that. But Basingstoke are playing well. They're attacking really well.
Even Jordan there bringing the ball into play in dangerous areas along the edge of the box. Offside here. Ben Wright finding himself in an offside position. Free kick to Havant and Waterlooville, who lead 1-0 with about 5 minutes to go in the first half. You've got to give it to the Hampshire FA putting on this amazing spectacle year after year.
They do indeed. I mean, putting it on a stadium like this at the Silver Lake, they had it at St Mary's last year, so that's a really tough act to follow. But I'll tell you what, it's just as, if anything, it makes the atmosphere a little bit better, because it's such a smaller arena. Yeah,
such an intimate ground, isn't it, as well? So you can really feel the emotion of the players on the pitch up here, even in this swaying gantry, put together with the scaffolding on top of the east stand. But I'm absolutely loving it up here, Will, so far.
Oh, what a spectacle. Honestly, it's a really good game of football. There's quality all over the pitch. And it just shows, because, we said earlier, a goal can come from any position on the pitch. And I think that, these teams are, these teams are playing really
Evan
well.
Jordan with a good pass out here. Ben Wright, what's he going to do? Takes it outside onto his left foot. Great defending there from Havant and Waterlooville, who closed down.
Yeah, fantastic block there.
Number 3, Adam Everest, once again playing part in that. Oh, big clash there on the edge of the 18-yard box. Got to be a more brave man than me who's going for that one, I tell you. And the ball was headed away for a throw-in. Basingstoke building a little pressure here again. Long throw-in taken here into the box. It's got to be a foul given there, sure. Number 2 lines up a strike, and he's shanked it over. 3 points. Conversion is good there, Will.
He's hit Rose Ed there. Quite unfortunate actually. The ball sort of what a throw from Everest. That's really come in. It's just been headed out to number 2 Dean Stowe, who again, I'd like to remind you, did score in the previous round against the Saints Youth Academy.
Always a danger, that player. Goal kick here then to the Hawks. Ben Dazinski, what's impressed you so much about this character so far in the game?
he's had to deal with a lot. Well, obviously as a goalkeeper, that's your job. But he's been peppered with shots actually, and he hasn't let the ball in the net, so he's obviously doing the right thing.
Foul given here by the referee against Havant Waterlooville, coming towards the latter stages of this half now. Few tired legs out there, do you think, Will?
Well, you'd hope not at 45 minutes. You'd want it coming after sort of 85, 90. But again, these teams are, they're playing big games. So it might play into it.
And there you go, as mentioned by the fourth official, 2 added minutes here at the Silver Lake Stadium. Oh, massive opportunity now for the Dragons of Basingstoke. Foul given, it's that guy again. Ben Wright, who's been climbed all over.
The ball's come over to him, and just a silly foul to make. A really dangerous position. But this will really test Dudzinski. Wright stepping over it once again.
This is probably 2 or 3 yards outside of the 18-yard box, almost bang central in the middle of the goal. Really nice chance. Given the fact that Wright has absolutely shanked the last one, do you think someone else will take this one, Will?
Oh, I don't know. He seems pretty confident. He's that's a man with a motive.
And Dean Stowe, you can see, he's looking over it, and also can't quite see, but I think it's at the left foot of
Sam Deadfield.
Yeah, Sam Deadfield, left footer there. Dean Stowe also standing over this, hands on his hips here. 3 over the ball now for Basingstoke. 4 or 5, 6 even maybe in the wall. Huge wall. Keeper's lined up and he's ready. It's a huge opportunity for Basingstoke.
Fans behind the goal trying to put the Basingstoke players off. I don't know how influential they'll be.
Huge chance here. Who's it going to be? Referee, everyone's happy. He blows his whistle. Dean Stowe takes a step back and Ben Wright comes over, puts the ball over.
Oh! What a free kick!
Goal! It's Ben Wright for Basingstoke, and the Barmy Army in the North Stand making all the noise.
That man Ben Wright, what a finish that was. Directly over the wall, straight into the right-hand side of Dudzinski's goal. There's no way he's getting to that one.
Absolutely. What a strike. Only 2 steps to step up to the ball as well. And if you're Gale and they're having a Waterlooville changing room, how does that affect your team talk at half-time, Will?
Oh, I think, to give a late goal, especially in the first half. I don't know, he's still got 45 minutes to go. But I think that's, that would have changed. That would have changed his team talk. God knows what he was going to say anyway.
Full credit to Ben Wright of Basingstoke. What a finish. 1-1 here in the Hampshire FA Senior Cup final at Silver Lake Stadium.
Yeah, that'll really give Basingstoke a bit of motivation to go on from here. Like I said, they were so well, they looked so bright in the first 10 minutes or so. But this goal is really going to help them out.
And half-time here at the Silver Lake. Lots to discuss, so please stay with us and we go live to our presenters, Gurpreet, Jack and Adarsh. 1-1 is the score here at the Silver Lake Stadium. You'll be catching up with us again in a few minutes' time, 15, 20 minutes' time. We're going to go grab a coffee and a burger. It's a little bit chilly. Thank you for watching so far, and we'll join you again in a few minutes' time. 1-1.
And that is half-time, and it is 1-1, Havant Waterlooville and Basingstoke Town here in the Senior Cup final. And Jack, it was an eventful start to the game.
Oh, it was indeed, with Basingstoke attacking throughout the couple of 30 seconds within the game. They were heading straight for Havant and Waterlooville's goal. Ended up, there was a goal-mouth scramble, and the referee called and everyone celebrated thinking it was for a goal, but unfortunately it was ruled offside.
And also Basingstoke have been trying to make the breakthrough throughout the first half before Havant Waterlooville scored. So
Sam Smart for Basingstoke hasn't only just been prevalent all season, he's been prevalent in this game, trying to make a breakthrough into Havant and Waterlooville's defence. He got through on goal and tried to chip Dudzinski, but unfortunately he made himself big and he got in the way. And then Dudzinski had to make another save, and this was in the 10th minute, straight after the Sam Smart save, and it's looking like a tight game. Both teams are trying to attack, but Basingstoke are being more prevalent with the fans getting behind them, and all half you could hear them.
And what do you make of Havant Waterlooville's first goal?
Well, Huggins carved through their defence. He made a run for it, and Paul played him a delightful ball, and it just went straight past McGill. There was nothing he could do about it. It was a great finish.
And it looked like that the half was going to end with Havant Waterlooville 1-0 up, but in injury time, something else happened.
Well, Basingstoke, throughout the half, they've been attacking and attacking and attacking. You could tell with the amount of goals that they've scored this season, they've been really, really strong in attack. And there was a foul committed on the edge of Havant and Waterlooville's box, and Ben Wright knew exactly where he was going to put it. He curved it straight into the bottom corner on the left-hand side and just delivered an absolute peach of a free kick.
And let's have a look back at last year's final, which of course featured one of tonight's finalists.
Havant Waterlooville occupied last year's final as they took on Blackfield and Langley at St Mary's Stadium, and it was Havant that had the first chance of the game, only for Blackfield's goalkeeper to pull off an excellent save early on. But Havant soon broke the deadlock as Andreas Robinson's long shot bounced in front of the keeper before hitting the back of the net. Blackfield and Langley's chances of an equaliser came soon, and the scores would have been level but for this last-ditch header off the line. It was Havant's wide play that led to their second goal, as this cross found James Hayter, who made no mistake in doubling the lead. A momentary lapse in concentration for Blackfield and Langley meant Havant scored again. Jason Pryor's neat header to the back post made it 3. The final score, 3-0.
Gary Pratt here now, the Cup manager. Gary, what do you make of today's final?
Sceptical's great. It's a great venue to host the final here at Silver Lake Stadium. A decent crowd, very vocal from the Basingstoke supporters, and hopefully the game will live up to those exciting chants that we're hearing at the present time behind us with the drums.
Fantastic. And just tell me a little bit about the tournament, what it means for two teams like Basingstoke and Havant Waterlooville.
Yeah, well, fantastic. This season's actually a record for us. We have 50 entrants into the senior, and it's from everybody that plays from the Wessex League level and above in the local area. It goes right the way through. We had a team enter from Portsmouth, Southampton and AFC Bournemouth, so the professional sides are in there as well. Joining through to what we call the semi-professional guys here, Havant and Eastleigh branching towards more the professional, with Aldershot being in the National League, or as they are this season. So it's a great progression step. It's a decent cup competition that sees a vast sort of array of difficulty levels of teams where they're playing, and then we look forward to hosting this final here at Eastleigh again for future years. So really, really good.
And of course it's a very prestigious competition down here in the southern region. Why is it so prestigious?
Well, basically it's been going for over 100 years, over 125 actually. It's 1888. We've had warships, we've got the Navy involved, we've got various different organisations, and it's a cup competition where everybody in the senior football can play against each other, and it's seen as something that it's something to aspire to. It's something to go forward and win and have those bragging rights of you're the best in the county. So, and the county of Hampshire is the fifth biggest within the country of football associations, so obviously it is one of the most prestigious that you can win. So for us it's a great stand-in to relate back towards our clubs, not only just the senior clubs but the lower member clubs, which we've invited every club to have 2 free tickets to this final. So it's something that we bring the whole football community together, and we welcome people in. So yeah, fantastic.
Brilliant. And of course, like I said, where the tournament is so important, and what does it mean to the people as well, just the audience?
Well, yeah, basically, like I said, we invite lots of people in. So we've got a vast array of different youth clubs. We've got Islay Tornadoes who are here, who are a local team, under 11 boys who are here acting as ball boys for tonight. They're part of the chartered standard scheme that the FA operate to have safeguarding and better coaching provided for all the children. So we've got a number of different things that go through, and it's just a showpiece for everybody, right from the bottom to right at the very top, so everybody can come together and see the good of football within the county.
Fantastic. And just some final words about tonight's game.
Yeah, at the moment it's obviously it's pretty tight, 1-1 at the break. I've got to say, it's some disjointed play from Havant, and they're scratching a bit, being 2 levels above Basingstoke. Some people will think that that's going to be sort of a bit of a walk, but don't take that for granted. They played each other in the final 4 years ago, and that was a tight affair that went all the way right to the last minute of extra time with a winner for Basingstoke back then. So these two teams have played each other a number of times over the years. Basingstoke have got some really slick football going forward, some interchanging passes, and they're getting behind the back line and haven't quite a lot, but haven't have that potent. They've got a strong bench as well, so you might see that coming through in the second half. It's all to watch, really. So if you are there over in YouTube land, yeah, carry on, keep watching. Manchester Derby, not worth it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Gary. And back to Jack here. And Jack, of course, earlier we were talking about Havant and Waterlooville and their journey here to the final. So what do you make of the players that are here?
So the players have done, again, like Gary spoke about, although being 2 leagues above, they haven't looked that, and it could be, it could show the situation that's happening at Havant and Waterlooville at the moment. After losing Lee Bradbury on Monday, it looks like it's affected the side. They're almost scraping at the bit to try and push forward, but it just doesn't seem to be happening. Basingstoke are just forcing them back, and it could be due to that, and also getting relegated recently. Like, it's not a good time for Havant and Waterlooville, but I think with the players that they do have, they can get back into the game and take the lead and maintain that lead to gain the trophy for the 9th time.
And of course, before we were talking about some of the key players for Havant and Waterlooville, and have they stood out for you tonight?
They have, but again, I think the loss of Ibra Sakaya, who scored the 2 vital goals that helped him through to the final, it seems that it's affecting their attacking lineup, where they've got players like Alfie Rutherford on the bench. Could he come on and be as prolific as he has been this season? I mean, he's scored 18 goals in the National League, and it's just about whether he can come on and represent his form in the league, in the cup, and get the win for them.
And of course, this is a game of 2 teams, so we do need to talk about Basingstoke as well. What a semi-final game they had! Oh,
it was an absolute thriller. It was a phenomenal game. Ending up going to penalties after 4-4. It's what cup football's about, really. And it's the ties like that make fans want to just dwell in the cup and just take it all in. And the Basingstoke fans are showing themselves with the drum, and they're singing their heart out, screaming for Sammy Argent, their most prolific striker, to come onto the pitch. Maybe if he gets the winner today, I think these fans are going to erupt.
And what do you reckon their mindset was when they came into this game?
Basingstoke, although with the game on Saturday, it's a vital game for them. If they don't win, they will be relegated. So both teams are in difficult situations. It's all about with Basingstoke, you can see from the way that they're playing, it's like they've put Saturday to the back of their mind. And they've played, this is their 3rd game in the last 100 hours. They don't look tired though. They look like they're raring to go, and they're soaking in the atmosphere. And at the moment, they're showing that they want the cup.
Absolutely. And you have also identified a weakness in both teams, leading from their quarter-final to semi-final to tonight.
Both teams showed defensive frailties, shall I say, with Basingstoke scoring 80 in the league, but also conceded 80. both teams can attack freely and will attack freely, as shown tonight, but both teams conceded 1 goal each, but are also conceded chances. Both keepers have had to make brilliant saves. It's all about which team is going to outscore each other. I know it's a stereotypical a comment to say, but it could be a goal fest the next half, or both teams are going to be so tight, scared to concede in the atmosphere of the final.
So if Havant and Waterlooville are looking to take this trophy for a second successive year, what do they need to do now in the second half?
They need to force Basingstoke back. Basingstoke are being so attack minded. As soon as their defenders get the ball, they're playing it forward. They're playing the long ball over the top and looking to get through to the wings, get a ball in and try and nick that goal. So they need to just high press and just keep going at them. Give Basingstoke what Basingstoke are giving them.
And I ask you the same question for Basingstoke as well. What do they need to do to try to win their first trophy in 5 years?
Well, like I said, with their defensive frailties, they need to carry on attacking but be more mindful of where they're exploiting spaces in behind themselves. They may be leaving certain gaps which a team of Havant and Waterlooville standard will be able to get behind and exploit these spaces in between their midfield and their defence.
Thank you very much, Jack. And second half is upon us now, so we're going to throw back to our commentator team, Joe Crabb and Will Fowler.
Welcome back to the Silver Lake Stadium, just the start of the second half here, where it is 1-1 between Havant and Waterlooville FC and Basingstoke Town FC. And the teams are back out here again, just leaving the tunnel. Havant and Waterlooville in the orange and black, with Basingstoke in the traditional blue and yellow trim. It is the turn of Havant and Waterlooville to get us set off. And we are up and running. A few substitutes here being made for Basingstoke. It looks like number 20 is coming off for Basingstoke. Or coming. Maybe that was a mistake from the liner then. We'll get this information verified and we'll double check for you. There is subs being made here for Basingstoke. And it is number 12 coming off for Basingstoke. So there's been a bit of a calamity going on here. Number 5, Shane Hollenby, who went down earlier in the game, is coming off to be replaced by Dan Bayliss at the back, at the heart of the defence. Will, he did take a bit of a big knock in the first half. He went down, he left the pitch. I think that's probably the reason why he's come off the game.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, well, we've been saying all day, they've got some big games coming up, and Bayliss scored in their last game as well in that semi-final win. So yeah, I think that's probably the right decision.
Here we go. The game is kicked off for the second half here at the Silver Lake Stadium. 10-9 is the time here. 45 minutes to decide who is going to be this year's Hampshire FA Senior Cup winners. Now, just worth noting here, there's a ball in. The keeper's going to collect it there for Havant and Waterlooville. As I was mentioning, it is worth noting that there is no extra time to be played. If it is a draw after 90 minutes, it will go straight to penalties to decide the winner.
Yeah, the Basingstoke fans, they are in full force here. There's only a small amount of them as well compared to the Havant fans, who have just made their way back out onto the stands.
Yeah. Oh, but the dangerous challenge there going in on Sam Smart. That's got to be a booking there. Studs up and looked to be the captain there for Havant and Waterlooville, Ed Harris, being ushered over by the referee. Oh, no penalty for that one there. He's been got off scot-free. Maybe, I think it might have been his first foul, but even so, looked a dangerous one to me.
It still looked like a nasty one. He's just letting him know what's going on. Sam Smart being shifted from left to right, but a real threat actually. As you can see, he's drawing fouls.
And he's played the ball into Sam Smart here. He's going to take out towards the left-hand side. Basingstoke in possession of the ball here, attacking a nice ball down the flank towards Sam Smart. Can he get there? He gets the ball in the box here, and he's been pushed. Oh, not given. If he'd gone to ground there, you might have to be asking a few questions of the referee there, Will.
Yeah, shouts for a penalty. I think Smart was just a little too weak on the ball there, maybe.
Basingstoke once again looking dangerous early in the second half. A ball was whipped across front of goal. Whoa, well defended there. That looked like it was being run on for Ivan Jordan, who played a part in the first goal during the foul. Basingstoke opening the second half as strongly as they did in the first half. Nice bit of control here in the midfield from Basingstoke. Possession is lost. Havant Waterlooville now have the chance to build an attack of their own, starting with number 25, Charles Cordner, who's at the back of the defence here, passing around calmly.
Yeah, cool, calm and collected, isn't he, at the back? That says a lot for a team. If you've got a calm defender, you're looking all right.
Absolutely. Do you think this would be a nice end to the season for Havant and Waterlooville, having been relegated from the National League, obviously, which is a tough league? They went up last year, having won the National League South. Been unfortunately relegated. Do you think this would be a nice way to end the season for them with the Hampshire Cup win?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, any sort of trophy or silverware is nice to have. Whether it means a great deal to them, I know that both teams were a bit conservative coming into this game, not necessarily happy with the amount of fixtures they've got. But you know they're playing football. If it's something they love doing, then obviously they just got to do it.
Absolutely. And if there was a trophy for the best group of fans here tonight, I don't think it's much debate who would win. Who would win that one? With Basingstoke being well backed here.
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
the same must be said for them. It'd be a really nice end to their season if they can press on and win this game.
Yeah, definitely. They come out in full force.
Ball played in here, Havant Waterlooville, but it is cleared well by Basingstoke. That one's lofted into the air. How's your touch? He takes it on, number 22. A bit of space here to work, but the ball has been lost by Havant. Play back to keeper Tom McGill here, who absolutely clears it. It's coming up towards us, Will.
Oh, watch your head, Joe.
And another attack here by Ivan Jordan, who's going down the middle of the pitch. Leaves the ball behind once again, though. Looking for options here.
Yeah, right, it's calling for it.
Oh,
Wow,
not quite the ball you need to play there, but still, questions being asked by Basingstoke. Delicious ball whipped in.
Oh, what a strike!
Oh! Almost took the keeper there. Brzezinski by surprise. It took me by surprise, Will, that's for sure.
Yeah, really good effort there. Really good effort by Charlie Everest. Really good left foot on him. He nearly caught Brzezinski out there.
Absolutely. That would have been some strike that I found the top bins right there. Here we go, all the noise being made by the fans behind Brzezinski. He goes to take the goal kick.
That's the loudest I've heard it all night, Joe.
Oh yes, well, a good atmosphere here today actually at the Silver Lake. It's nice to be here, obviously the home of Eastleigh, who have played Havant and Waterlooville this season, and when Havant and Waterlooville came down in the league, they actually lost here earlier this year, so maybe if you're a man who likes premonitions, maybe omen there not so good for the Hawks.
Yeah, definitely. Eastleigh are a really good side as well.
Absolutely.
But again, it's what happens on the day. I know that sounds diplomatic, but obviously it's very cliche, but it is true.
Long ball played forward here by the Hawks. Can he hold it up? That is number 10 for the Hawks, Joe Quigley, who's played well in the first half. Got himself, it's a nice little bit of play here. It gets a strike away. Nice save, probably should have caught on to it there. Tom McGill in the Basingstoke goal. It's a corner kick now to the Hawks. And the big guys are coming up. Looks like number 25. Tyler Calder's going to be going up, marching on together. Short corner played. Comes out here to number 27, who was going to whip in a ball. Great ball in there. Dodged by the keeper, missed it. Oh, Tom McGill probably misjudged that after the ball was played in by Tyler Cordner.
Well, he set him
misjudged
on the way.
by Tom McGill, but he managed to get away with it here. Sam Smart on the ball, linking up with Ivan Jordan. It's a really nice little run around the back of the corner here from Dean Stowe. He's been tricky in the first half.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, very dangerous.
Very much back and forth here at the Silver Lake Stadium. Sam Smart down on the balls, the byline. Not given. It's going to be going out for a goal kick. Looked a bit soft to me.
Yeah, I think so. I probably wouldn't have given a foul there.
It seems as though our stream has improved. We can only apologise for the first half where it was a little bit dodgy, so we can only apologise for that. Hopefully you're all enjoying it just as much as we are. Just once again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the sponsors today for making this game possible. The official sponsor for the game today is Regal Building Services, with the ball sponsor Paris Smith LLP. Thank you guys, and thanks to the Hampshire FA for putting this amazing spectacle on, and it's a pleasure to be here, Will.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen some really good football. The goals have been of too great quality. But like I say, I think there's a lot more to come in this game from both sides.
Absolutely, and you can see that there is definite goal threat by both teams here, so hoping that we can see some more goals in this second half. As a player, would you enjoy a penalty shootout in a game such as this, Will? Or would you rather get it done at 90 minutes? Bit of a silly question, really.
Oh, well, you know, I quite like to take a penalty in my time, but you know, mentality will play a huge amount. It will be going through the player's mind. You don't want to miss. You don't want to be that man. You know, I've been that man before, and I've had teammates that have done it. But I think these players, you know, they look like they could have nerves of steel.
Throw in here to the Dragons. Still on the attacking foot. It looks like he's going to be taking a long throw here. No, he should pull back. Played into possession down the edge of the 18-yard box, but it has been lost. Here he goes. Number 2, Dean Stowes. Oh, ball played onto the roof of the net there. It was a dangerous looking cross for a time. We got some of the wind that we've got up here today. Here we go again, the noise coming from the Basingstoke fans.
They are relentless, these Dragons fans. They really are.
It's good to see. It's all fun and games. It's all good to see. Once again, Ivan Jordan's on the ball. He's making a run towards the opponent's half. Sam Smart collects the ball on the left-hand side, attacking the 18-yard box. Gets inside his defender. Left foot, right foot shot. Ooh. Lovely little bit of footwork there to get onto a right foot shot, but just over the bar. But this has got to give him more confidence. More and more times he bursts forward into these attacking positions.
Yeah, he's just shifted onto his right foot there. He's come on the inside of the defender, and he let off a shot. You know, there's no harm in trying from there. But he didn't really try to keep. Just he sort of sailed over the top of the bar, which is a shame because I feel like he could have done a lot better there.
Nothing to run on to there for Alfie Rutherford, who was the Havant Waterlooville edition at half-time, wearing number 20 for the orange and black stripe. Basingstoke looking confident on possession here.
Oh.
Long ball played over, but it is lost possession here. Oh, well tackled here in the midfield. And Havant going forward now. Many shirts in front of Alfie Rutherford to his left-hand side. He's done one.
He's
going
marauding
down towards the byline. He plays it towards Alfie Rutherford. Couldn't get a shot away at the moment. He's going to play it to number 27. Oh, and he's absolutely skied it.
Oh, the Basingstoke fans are letting him know how they felt about that one.
Seems to be a player down. Who is that? Can we see on the... And the physio is being called over. There is a Basingstoke player down.
I think it might be Deadfield.
We're all hoping he is okay and he can return to action because he has been a magnificent player so far this evening. Don't want to see him leave the pitch. But immediately, well, you can see the impact that Havant Waterlooville's top scorer, Alfie Rutherford, has had on the game as soon as he's come on.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I say, you don't get anywhere if you don't score the goals, and this man seems to have done exactly that. Well, I mean, you know, he looks like he's scared the Basingstoke defence a little bit, but obviously the ultimate goal is just getting that ball in the back of the net.
As a footnote, just offside off your screens here, it was Sam Deadfield for Basingstoke who was down. He has left the pitch under his own free will, and he will be joining back in the action now, so good to see.
Just waiting to come back on there.
Big head there from Sam Deadfield.
It's a physical battle in the midfield. It really has been.
It has been ferociously fought. Some big tackles going in, left, right and centre. And everyone's been climbing here. Oh, no, nothing going here for the Havant Waterlooville, who spoiled possession. Back to Tom McGill and the Basingstoke goal.
Yeah, both teams are playing relatively high. When the ball's in the midfield, I mean, look, just seeing there. You've got Tyler Cordner just trying to play the offside trap and letting
Evan
Van Jordan go
called
through.
offside. Looking dangerous once again though, Basingstoke. They've definitely got it in them to find this second goal and take home the trophy. Should another goal be enough, that is. Joining us in the studio is Dave Riley, who is the head of the Masters course that we are on, who've been broadcasting this evening. So it's been really great to have this happening. So if you go to our YouTube, you'll be able to see all of the match reports and highlights following the game as well.
And hopefully the updated stream this second half really has attracted your attentions. Apologies for that once again.
Lovely little ball play through to Evan Jordan here. I think he might have been called offside, but the keeper collects it nonetheless. One thing you can say about Havant's keeper, Ben Duditsky, he is quick off his line. He's making it hard for those strikers to close down balls they're trying to chase.
He's looked, like I say, he's looked pretty confident, but obviously with that free kick, couldn't really do much about it.
The Hawks on an attack here, overlap here. Maybe taking a little bit too long on this attack. They could have broken there. But players forward here, nonetheless, for the Hawks. In that dazzling orange and black strip, a bit of space here in the middle.
Yeah,
I think he's taking a touch on his nose there.
You'd wonder whether it put the
Sam
Basingstoke
Smart
players
again.
off.
Too hard on that first touch, but he's got a motor burning there, hasn't he? He's ran his socks off all game.
He really has, yeah. He's played really well actually, and again it's just threat. He's down, getting the ball again.
Absolutely. Is he going to stay on? Is he going to run onto it? He has. It's one-on-one. He's beat him to the byline. Big strength. Well defended there by Havant Waterlooville.
Again, he just looks a bit sort of muscled off the ball a little bit. He's got the ability. There's no question about it. But in terms of the physicality, I think the Havant defenders might just be edging him just a touch.
Arthur Rutherford on the ball here, holds it up nicely and plays it back, but the ball is lost. And once again regains sloppy possession for both teams. There you go, clear the ball. Number 10, what a touch there for number 10, who plays it off really smartly to Wes Fogden, who's now attacking. Finds it down here to number 15, Josh Huggins, who's going to be attacking the 18-yard box. Cuts inside. Oh, and he slips onto his left foot, but he's kept the ball. Left foot inside. Oh, unlucky. It was a nice little build-up. It was really unfortunate there that Huggins slipped, because I feel he was onto something there.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just a few players getting in the way, and that's all it needs. That's all it needs is get in the way of it, get it out, and then they can regroup and go again from this corner.
And the corner count is rising now for Havant and Waterlooville. They have taken far few now. A few short corners, a few into the box. But when you've got some big men that they have in that midfield, you've got to be getting this one in the box, surely.
Yeah, they got to change it up. I mean, you're trying to outfox the opponent ultimately. And I think when you've done that, you can you've won the mental battle.
And it looks as though it's going to be another short corner played here. Number 27, that's Chris Paul standing over the ball. Alongside him is Wes Fogden, who plays a long ball into the box. He's attacked. Oh! He rose well, but his forehead was just a little bit too short there. The ball's bounced off his head over the bar, but a really good chance.
Cordner, yeah, Tyler
really
Cordner.
Good chance there to get another goal.
Well, they played it quick, Basingstoke.
He rose well, he climbed the ladder, but couldn't find the goal. And the ball with Duditsky now. Kamei plays it out on his own back line here. Number 10, Judge quickly tried to have a little change of pace there, but it was well covered up by the Basingstoke defence. There's one thing that has been consistent from their game plan from the offset is they are pressing high up the pitch and putting the numbers onto Havant in their own half.
Well, yeah, we just saw it there. It's the back pass there. Yeah, like I say, they're both trying to outfox and they're both trying to outwit each other. And at the minute it's 50-50. It's not really going anywhere. And it shows by the scoreline. Here
goes Sam Smart again, building up some pace, attacking 18-yard box. He's got pace. He's done past him, but the ball is put out for a corner. Lovely burst of pace there from Basingstoke, and Sam Smart once again at the centre of it. He's got to be one of your considerations for man of the match so far, surely.
Oh, definitely. What a young prospect we've got here.
And the ball was played short and it's whipped in deep. But no one was there, and it's bounced up. Nothing given.
Big shout for
handball there, but it did seem to be maybe a little bit unfair. The ball did bounce up. That one's got to be given handball. What's the referee going to decide here? It did struck the arm of the defender for Havant Waterlooville here. Basingstoke are absolutely pleading with the referee, who's going over to the fourth official by the looks of things. He's coming over to his linesman.
I think that was inside the box, you know, Joe.
I think he's checking to see where the spot of the foul was. It was a handball by the looks of things. He's checking with his linesman. He's sending the Basingstoke players away. A big decision here for the referee to make. He's made his mind up.
He's given a free kick. Yeah, free kick.
I think he's given a free kick on the edge of the box.
The players and Basingstoke fans are not happy with this.
The referee is once again crowded around by lots of players, but maybe the communication hasn't been so clear so far.
Yeah, sea of tangerine seems to be surrounding James Robinson. That's not going to make his decision any easier.
Absolutely not. And you've got to give it to the referee. He slowed the game down, he calmed it down, he went to speak with his officials to make a decision. We don't really know what the decision has been so far, but if only we had VAR down here at the Silver Lake Stadium, Will.
They're still talking to the referee there, to James Robinson.
He has given a yellow card out to number 22, that of Havant and Waterlooville.
Lee Molyneux.
I don't know if that was for the foul or for the protesting after the foul was given. But he is in the book nonetheless. And now we can see that the referee's going back over towards the gameplay. It does look like a Basingstoke free kick on the edge of the box.
Well, Joe, are we going to see a repeat of the first half? He's got the ball in his hands. Old Ben Wright, he wants this one indeed.
But no one forget the first free kick he took this afternoon that went over to Rosette for a throw-in. But he has proven that he's got it in his locker to put him in the top bins and put him in there well. So hopefully we can see another flashy goal here from the big man. If you're Ben Dzinski in the Havant and Waterlooville goal right now, what's going through your mind, Will?
Well, you just don't want the ball going in the back of the net, Joe. You know, this ball. Look at how many people are in that wall. They do not want him scoring,
and it is just
they really don't want him scoring.
5 or 6 inches out of the penalty area here. Really big decision made. There's a few men standing over the ball. Obviously, Ben Wright is one of them. With Ivan Jordan looks to be one there as well. Looks to be Ben Wright surely here, Will.
Yeah. Oh, he wouldn't let anyone else take this one.
He's taking a bigger run up than he did last time. He steps up, puts the ball, he slips. Oh, he just missed.
Nearly.
But he slipped on the run up. So cruel. I think he has deserved a couple of goals tonight. You've got to give it to him. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, a bit of an exchange of words from him and Lee Molyneux there. I wonder what that was about.
Obviously, we'll never know, but Havant and Waterlooville could have just gotten away with a penalty there. Close one, but fair decision given by the referee.
Yeah, it's definitely not stopped these Basingstoke fans. They are going at it hammer and tongs. They are so excited.
Number 20 here running onto the ball. That is Alfie Rutherford for Havant and Waterlooville, but hasn't had much of the ball in this second half since his appearance.
No, well, that's it. And I think a lot of it, obviously the service is hugely important. But when we saw him warming up, he was whacking them in the back of the net.
He was, definitely. Right down underneath us on the left-hand side. So do you think, in terms of Havant and Waterlooville, they were leading 1-0 until the extra time in the first half. Do you think their game plan was altered? So Alfie Rutherford was called upon because they were drawing? Or do you think he was always destined to come on at the half?
Oh, I think he was destined to come on. Same with that Sam Argent on the opposing side for Basingstoke. But he has looked lively. He just doesn't look like he just hasn't got the ball from his teammates. But like I say, if you're shutting them down, players will make mistakes.
Absolutely. And it just seems to be a bit of a mirror image reflection of the first half, wherein Basingstoke are having all the early pressure, and there we go again with the ball's been locked up loop. Hopefully, if you're a Basingstoke fan, they can weather this storm and grow back into the game, just what happened in the first half. If you're one of the Basingstoke fans behind the goal, that is absolutely not what you're hoping for, and you're hoping this pressure stays up, which is a great little push of pressure there from Sam Deadfield. Doesn't seem to be showing any signs of injury when he went down a few minutes ago.
No. Very, very Jack Grealish actually. Looks very much like Jack Grealish.
And it's 15 here. It's Josh Huggins on the ball to the left-hand side. A couple of players around him. Plays it short. Big pressure again from Sam Deadfield. He's done this all game. Nice play through the middle. Ball was spread well.
Class. That's class.
Absolutely beautiful play here. Sam Smart taking 1 or 2 players on, 1 or 2 too many. He's lost the ball. Number 27 here. Chris Paul plays the ball forward. And now again, Havant are on the attack. And they've got numbers forward here. A few players here in front of him. Alfie Rutherford, big one, of course, with the big goal scorer. He gets the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box to the left-hand side. With the ball across the front of the goal.
It's come out.
Oh, that's a
what a
brilliant
save.
save. The ball comes back off the keeper into the feet of number 10, number 10, Joe Quigley, who gets a shot away with his right foot. And the double save from the keeper, Tom McGill, absolutely worthy of his place in the team so far. Crucial double save. Out for the Havant corner now.
Tom McGill, you have saved your town there. Not once, but twice. That is fantastic.
That looked like a surefire goal. Really nice save the first time, just really unfortunate. And the ball comes in, it's an outswinger. Finds the head. Oh, it came off the head of, I think it was the booked Lee Moynihan there. But it didn't go back in towards goal, it came out away. Once again it is. Oh, Josh Higgins hits the ball. Alfie Rutherford just behind his captain here in the box. But the ball is played out to the left-hand side here. Lee Moynihan has got it on the left-hand wing. He does one player, takes it inside on his right foot and flicks it out to the middle of the box. Well taken down, but they weren't on the same page. Number 1, Ben Wright here. Oh, unlucky to him.
Lots of misplaced passes here, Joe.
Absolutely.
You might take into account the amount of football they've played. A
Well,
little bit of tiredness going on here.
Massive factor bringing in now. When the cramps, that's a set in, the dehydration.
Oh, that's not fun.
No, absolutely not. So it's going to be a real test of what these players are made of. Big strike from long way out, nothing going on there. Alfie Rutherford looking a bit desperate for a goal, maybe, I don't know. He's never going to trouble Tom McGill on the goal from there. Substitution here for the Hawks. Coming off is number 2, Dan Strugnall, who's going to be replaced by number 3, Rory Williams.
A bit surprising now. I thought Strugnall had quite a good first half. I think Sean Gale's obviously, he's new to the team. He needs to work out what works best and what works well. But yeah, he just brought over Rory Williams onto this right-hand side.
Goal kick here to Basingstoke Town. Tom McGill on loan from Brighton and Hove Albion to set the game off again. Booming kick out to the left-hand side. It is won freely by Havant Waterlooville. Taken down by Alfie Rutherford, who takes the ball inside. Nice little bit of build-up play, patient again. You see both teams are trying to spread the ball inside and out to the wings.
Haven't have had a bit more.
defences.
Yeah, haven't have had a bit more. Sorry,
That's easy for you to
say. Bit of
say.
a mouthful, that one.
And the ball goes out here for Havant Waterlooville throw in. Basingstoke in possession in their own half here. The referee's called it back for a foul.
Oh, Alfie Rutherford's going in the book.
Alfie Rutherford's been booked. I don't know what happened there. Nonetheless, Havant Waterlooville FC's top goal scorer, Alfie Rutherford, has been shown a yellow card here.
He shakes his head, yeah.
Bit of a strange one, that one. Here we go again. Basingstoke to kick the game off with a free kick from his other own half. Number 14 stood over the ball at the moment, Dan Bayliss, who just plays it short. They're going to recycle the ball back to their keeper, Tom McGill. Long ball is played out to the wing here, but is won by number 3, Rory Williams, who's just come on the pitch. And wasted possession.
What a wayward pass there by Chris Paul. I think Tom McGill spent more time running for the ball than he has actually making saves today.
About midway through the second half here. Still 1-1 in the Hampshire FA Senior Cup final. And the referee's getting involved in the game here. A bit unfortunate for him. Couldn't really get out of the way of that one.
Oh, what a ball by Stoke.
Long ball
Is he
played
onside?
to Sam Smart. He's onside. He's attacking the box. Bit of a heavy touch. No foul there. No foul there. He's not been given either.
He's so pacey.
That was a Wicked turn of pace then. If he had a better touch, I think he would have been in one-on-one with the keeper. But that does show the pace that they possess. Is that a bit of a pyro party going on down there with the Basingstoke fans? Another substitution here for Basingstoke Town. Leaving the pitch is goal scorer number 9, Ben Wright. Bit of a surprise that one, maybe he's a bit tired. And coming on in his place is Basingstoke Town absolute favourite, Sam Argent. He is their top goal scorer in the league this year so far with 17 goals. He can make all the difference coming on at this point in the game, Will.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ben Wright's put in a heck of a shift today. He really has. And I mean, he finished it off with a marvellous goal. He's had 3 free kicks. They've all been a bit. 2 of them he shanked and 1 he deliciously put in that top corner. So yeah, really good shift from him. It'd be interesting to see how Sam Argent gets on in this this last sort of half an hour or so.
Scrappy here in the midfield, but the ball's given away by Basingstoke to Havant Waterlooville. And once again, there's sort of shackles flying in left, right and centre here in the midfield. It has been that kind of game, a bit scrappy, a bit hard fought, hasn't it, Will? There has been some nice periods of play, but for large parts of it, a bit scrappy, maybe.
Yeah, the ball stayed in the middle of the field quite a lot. It's been quite nice. I mean, Basingstoke have got 3 or 4 up there.
Ivan Jordan here, great run. He plays it out left. With a great tackle there from Lee Moyne, who is in the book, so he must have known he was getting there first. But a really strong tackle that just shows the ferocity of the game. Both teams want this, and they both want to win.
Yeah, he's got to be careful there, Joe.
Absolutely, you don't want to be getting sent off at this stage of the game.
We're expecting a long throw from this. He's wiped it all
up.
And
he's wound it up. It's gone in. It's bounced up. It's going to be Sam Smart. Oh, he's beaten to the ball. Really quick defence there by Havant. Oh, another slip.
Was that a trip? Yeah.
Oh, the referee said he's tripped him. Sam Deadfield. Is it Sam Deadfield? Excuse me. Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's just caught Robinson there.
For all you Liverpool fans out there, it is time to hide behind the couch because Manchester City are 1-0 up against Manchester United at Old Trafford. I don't know about you, Will, but I'd much rather be here watching the Hampshire Cup final.
Oh, of course, yeah. The fog lights are over on what's his gorgeous
here goes
pitch.
Rutherford. Great strike.
Oh, what a save!
Great stretching save by Tom McGill, right down to his left-hand side.
That was really outstretching. It looked like Alfie Rutherford was going to put his team ahead then.
And that is a save you can't buy. That is a cracking save. Stretch it down, but here we go again. Oh, offside for Havant Waterlooville. Interesting second half so far.
Yeah, the players just telling them to settle there. They just a little taking their time a little bit, just to sort of pace themselves. Because realistically, they want to be up for this in the final 10 minutes or so. Because that's where the more important stuff's going to happen.
Anthony Rutherford showing some signs of frustration here as he gets a little stud at the back of the leg by the looks of things.
Yeah, he's limping a bit there, Joe. It's not good news.
That is not good news if you're a Havant Waterlooville fan.
Oh, what a ball.
Long ball played down to the right-hand side wing, but he is lost possession by the slip. No foul given by the referee. Maybe the groundsman did a bit too much water on the pitch beforehand. He's had all day to run on the ball here, number 25.
Through corner there, the centre-back.
Anthony Rutherford losing possession in the penalty area.
Oh, the referee's taking a beating.
Right in the mush. Crikey, on a cold night as well. This wet ball, that's going to be a stinger.
Oh, yeah, it's giving Sam Argent an opportunity.
It was out. Well defended and well kept there by Dazinski.
Oh, James Robinson's going to have a bruise in the morning.
He's still running his socks off. Here goes Chris Paul, who loses possession a bit cheaply there in the midfield, but he is chasing it up.
You've got to commend those Basingstoke fans today, Joe. What a performance
really
they've put in.
have.
They really want their team to win this one.
They're my MVP of the night. Congratulations to the fans of Basingstoke Town FC.
Congratulations to the Dragons. Bit more deadly than Hawks, but we'll leave that
We'll
for
see
another
on the
day.
pitch. It's been level at the moment. And here's Tyler Corden over the ball for a free kick for the Hawks. Sends it long. Matthew Rutherford lurking on the edge of the area. The ball is headed up towards him.
Oh,
but he doesn't go for the ball.
Jump there
Oh, he's
by
won the ball
Atkinson.
by accident, but the referee has given a foul the other way. Didn't see much in that one, Will.
No, definitely not. I thought that was sort of half of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah.
Sounds about right. In a game such as this, in a big spectacle, what's going to break first? The tired legs, you think, or the quality of the players that they have?
Well, that's it. You just see there Van Jordan just running for the... Well, he's absolutely sprinting. We're about 65 minutes into the game. I reckon this guy can go for 90 minutes.
Coming into the final quarter of the game now here at Silver Lake Stadium. If you're staying with us, thank you so much. We really appreciate you watching. Once again, we'd like to give a shout out to the match sponsors for today, who without them we wouldn't be able to put this spectacle on. Regal Building Services Limited, the main sponsor, with the match ball sponsor being by Paris Smith LLP. If you'd like to find out any more information on the Hampshire FA or Solent University, who are broadcasting this event, you can find them by a simple Google search bar on their websites. And here we are, Havant Waterlooville in. Oh, but he's left the ball behind. Number 7, Wes Fogden should have taken that strike on. The 7 for the Blues here. Sam Smart looking to get back on the ball.
It's another slip. They really have watered this pitch today.
The Hawks here looking more dangerous by the minute. Oh, could have been dangerous there. A little bit of a deflection, but Tom McGill deals with it easily. Still can't get over his save a few minutes ago.
Yeah, fantastic actually. He's made a couple. He really has. I'll sort of take back what I said about him running around, not actually doing much. He has really made a good effort this second half.
Sam Bedford in possession in the midfield. He's been brilliant as well all game. Ivan Jordan winning the ball, and it's number 16,
Argent.
Sam Argent, fan favourite. Ivan Jordan's in on goal here.
Just slipped.
But he couldn't get on the ball.
Yeah, he's really unlucky there, Joe, actually. Brilliant play by Argent. What a touch to take it over the head of Molyneux.
Absolutely.
And then a beautiful ball and just skipped away from Jordan into the hands of Dudzinski.
Rory Williams on possession here for Havant Waterloo. Puts the ball over the top. It's going to be collected by the defender here. He passes to Tom McGill.
Oh, timid kick out there. Oh.
Sam Smart on the ball, and he's took a nice touch to get outside of his defenders. There's many blue shirts forward here. Can he find one? He goes inside onto the right foot, and he's skied it. Surely he had better options there than to take the shot on.
It's hit the top of the burger van.
Hopefully he's still open when the game's finished. I'm getting a bit chilly up here.
Yeah, I think Sam Smart actually he's going to put the ball in the back of the net soon. He's looked really lively. What a young prospect we've got on our hands here.
Fantastic player. Had a fantastic game for Basingstoke so far. Been a joy to watch, as of all the players. It's been really good fun up here in the gantry. Here at the home of Eastleigh FC, Silver Lake Stadium.
They're giving him so much grief, those Basingstoke fans.
Absolutely. Long ball for one for Sam Argent's not there to chase this one. Chris Paul chases it to the death. He's put a shift in as well for the tangerine coloured shirts here. Nice bit of calm play here, but they do seem to be pressing higher as the game goes on. Havant and Waterlooville. On guess, just as I say that, they win possession in the opponent's half. Will, going into the final sort of quarter as a player, how important is it just to try and remember how to stay? Oh, he's been given offside, but when your legs are just starting to ache, just to burn through, what's going through your mind at this point in the game?
Oh, well, the trouble is, I think when you start getting cramped, when you're in that sort of those last little legs of the game, I think your mindset's purely more on not being able to run rather than focusing on the actual game. And I think that'll show tonight where these players will come into their element, and it will just show the players that can step up in the big moments, which I'm sure there are many of on this pitch.
Absolutely. Havant in possession in the midfield here again, looking strong towards the end of the game. Wes Fogden's seen a lot of the ball at the centre of the park for the Hawks.
Chris Paul, on the other hand, is seeing a lot of the ball, and he's doing a lot with it as well.
Yeah. And here he is, Rory Williams, a substitute, putting the ball across the box, but it wasn't defended very well, and Havant and Waterlooville will have the ball back. Number 7 once again on the ball, Wes Fogden. Anthony Rutherford must be getting frustrated. He hasn't had any chance to get the ball into feet with the back to goal.
No, he's not had any service at all, has he?
A nice spell of possession here for the Hawks, but the ball's been wasted and gone out for a throw. Was it a foul? Yes, he has given it to a foul. There's a player down here for Basingstoke, but he seems to be in
a number 16, Dan Bayliss.
A little bit of pain here. I hope he's all right.
Not number 16, Sam Argent.
And you don't want to see him go down if you're a Basingstoke fan. He brings all the goal threat.
No, the physio's brought on that big bag of ice. Hopefully that'll do the trick.
Magic spray.
You still see those Basingstoke fans giving it large over in the north stand. They really have made it their own tonight.
And they have outsung the travelling Havant and Waterlooville FC fans. They really have.
But this is it. Sean Gales can really be proud of this performance, and they have played really well. Again, when we said before that a final, it's not as far gone as you'd think. There are two teams who deserve to be here, and it shows.
Sam Argent is really struggling here. He has to leave the pitch with some assistance. That is not a good sight.
That's not. He's struggling.
Especially someone who brings such a good dynamic game as well. Maybe this is a toll of the long season showing here on some of the players.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Sad to see him leave the pitch. We hope he's okay. Long ball played forward here. Havant into the box. There's one here. It's a goal! Havant and Waterlooville 2. Basingstoke 1. That's really calamity at the back there.
Yeah, I think
confusion there.
Yeah, Tom McGill's just come out for that. And I don't even know if it's touched him on the way in. I think it's just gone straight in.
I think that was a bit of a decoy play there, maybe perhaps, but really strange goal to concede. It must be so frustrating for Tom McGill, who up until this point had looked solid in the goal.
Yeah, definitely.
A strange one, that one. But anyway, here we are, 2-1 to Havant and Waterlooville FC in the Hampshire Senior FA Cup final.
Yeah, Basingstoke won't be happy with that one. McGill, he's had a really good second half actually. He's really looked good, and he's made some really good saves. So to be perfectly honest, it could well have been even more. But as it stands, Havant have taken the lead in this cup final.
And we're coming into the last 5-6 minutes of the game here. That's a crucial time to score for the Hawks. And there's another substitution coming on here for Basingstoke, and it is Sam Argent who has left the pitch, unable to continue. What a shame. Really shame we can't see him play anymore. We all hope he's okay.
Yeah, that'd be a blow to Basingstoke actually. You want your players that come on late on to make a big impact, to make that impact. And I think it's just unfortunate that what's happened,
Now Basingstoke really got to dig deep because there's only a few minutes left, and there's a great
the
ball played in.
Someone's been taken up.
What a deflection off the line!
The referee's given a free kick.
Crikey! Basingstoke will feel hard done by there. That was a really great chance to score. What
a ball by Deadfield, and it's just pulled back in, smashed back in across the line. And I don't know who's got in front of it. I think it might be Ed Harris, the skipper.
Those are the finest of margins there. You've got to put your bodies on the line if you want to win these cups, and he did there. What a defensive clearance there. Brilliant.
That might prove to be a winning move.
On the flip side of that, Basingstoke can score goals, and they're going to be that danger, and there's a prime example of that.
Yeah, of course, they have shown that. They've shown that throughout this game.
Unlucky not to get one there.
Oh, what a tie this has turned out to be.
Take off the free kick now, yeah. Great touch there by Rutherford, but he did lose possession. Ball's gone long again. Sam Smart's got one to chase, but he's going to be beaten to it by Molyneux. I think it might have been Molyneux got in the way of the ball on the line there just a minute ago for Havant and Waterlooville. Basingstoke are pressing here, perhaps sensing the time of urgency of only a few minutes left in the game. But the ball is squandered and possession goes back into their own half. Bit of a loose back pass there, but nothing too major they can be concerned about. Pressing here, and he's done it. Number 3 again. Rory Williams has pressed forward. Play him in. He doesn't do it. And he doesn't do it. He had a good chance there to play in the running striker, Ralphie Rutherford, but didn't take it.
Yeah, just slowing up the play there a little bit.
What a great ball here forward to Ivan Jordan, who great touch, puts onto his left foot, passes it across, and the ball's going to bounce up and be easily taken.
Oh, a bit of time wasting by Dudzinski.
And he can just wait around in the box and pick it up when the challenge here.
Referee's checking his watch to see how long to go.
Foul given here by the referee. Quickly played,
no,
smart play here by Basingstoke. They want to press on. Number 2 here, Dean Stowe's had a fantastic game for Basingstoke.
He's had a very good game, yeah. Onto that substitute, Jack Wakely. Jack Wakely hasn't really had much of a mention tonight. On loan from Chelsea, young lad playing at the heart of defence.
Yeah. Sam Smart does not draw the foul there like he thought he would, and there's one for Ivan Rutherford to chase onto. It's 2v3 at the back here. He pulls it into the left-hand side of the box, and he does nothing with it. He couldn't beat the first man with the ball there. Bit of a shame, but good defending there from the Basingstoke players.
Yeah, Havant are starting to look a little bit more lively now, and wow, the difference in quality is just starting to show a little bit. Look at Williams, how much space he's got out here.
Yeah, he's looked a bit of a difference maker since he's came on. And he whips in a deep ball from the left-hand side, but misses everybody. Well, there is going to fall for Rutherford on the far hand. He puts it right back across the box.
What a ball that is.
He chests it down, 25 over the head. Oh, that would have been some spectacular goal.
For a centre-back, that is unbelievable from Tyler Cordner.
Chested it down, shook his man. Today. That would have been a great goal, but he couldn't get the shot away. But
Look at that.
What
cool,
a piece of skill.
Calm,
and now he's back
from
straight at the heart of the defence. Have you got that in your locker, Will?
I used to, mate. I used to.
Another ball here for Ivan Jordan to chase onto. He's been electric. Him and Sam Smart. Shakes him down, gets inside. Pressure building here. He's got a bit of space in the middle of the pitch. Nowhere to go with the ball. Outside he goes. It's 2v2 on the outside of here on the 18-yard line. Sam Smart on the ball a lot. He's dropping the shoulder.
He's been fantastic. I think he's been really, really impressive tonight.
A bit of a loose ball here. He's pressing forward. He's going to shoot. Ooh. Yeah, easily selected, and maybe by the keeper here. Maybe a little bit of signs of frustration there, taking that shot on. And as far as the Premier League is concerned, if you're a Liverpool fan, you might want to be turning off your TV. Manchester City are 2-0 up at Old Trafford. It's going to be a close end to the season, just like it is here at the Silver Lake Stadium, where Havant and Waterlooville are winning 2-1 with a few minutes to go in the Hampshire FA Senior Cup final.
Yeah, what a competition it's been.
Another 5 added minutes here. We've got 5 extra minutes to be played here at the Silver Lake Stadium. Basingstoke need to give everything they've got to get this equalising goal, Will. And for Havant, if they do take this home, this will be the 3rd trophy they've taken home in 4 years, Will.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, it sounds terrible, but these two teams do need something to shout about at the minute. Havant, I'd love to see them win for manager Sean Gale. I really would. It's not easy going into a new job straight into a cup final, but he's got his players well drilled today, and it's shown.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Bit of controversy here as the Basingstoke fans believed Dubzinski in the goal would have taken a bad touch for a corner, but it is a throw-in. But they do have the long throw-in ability, which they've taken here. It's headed backwards, but no one's there. Sam Deadfield, the first closest. He's got to clear it here, Rutherford, and he does. Down the line, can Rory get onto it? Rory Williams? I don't think he can. Oh, big pressure here. Even Jordan's on the ball outside the box. And what a challenge!
Yeah, great challenge.
Alfie
really
Rutherford
good
on the tackle. You don't see a striker making that a good challenge very often, do you?
No, that's it. You know, it definitely what I said earlier. The best form of attack is defence. Obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what a tackle that was from Alfie Rutherford.
Last few minutes here. Big corner for Basingstoke coming up. Outswinger going in towards the middle of the box. It's fallen down. Oh, massive chance for Basingstoke, but easily collected by the keeper between the sticks. One of these has got to make it count soon.
He's going to take his time. He really is.
And can you blame him? We'd all be doing the same, wouldn't we?
Definitely not. Yeah, of course I would. I'm not a goalkeeper, but I know a few goalkeepers out there who definitely would do the same thing.
Big strike upfield, big lump. Rutherford can't get his head on it. Good effort though. Nice bit of strength here shown by both teams. Basingstoke fans asking for a yellow card here to be given.
Yeah, quickly, just trying to time waste a little bit. Oh, he has given him a yellow card.
He has. Maybe rightly so. He did, but everyone does that, don't they?
Yeah.
Not long to go now into the last few minutes of extra time in the Hampshire Senior FA Cup final. As it stands, Havant Waterlooville will be taking home the trophy for the third time in 4 years, winning it back-to-back.
I think, yeah, second half, Joe, they have deserved it. Basingstoke first half I thought were really good. Wow, they looked really good. They were getting in behind the defence. They were creating opportunities, and it paid off obviously with that Ben Wright free
nice
kick.
Ball over the top here, one for Chase.
Well.
Alfie Rutherford lifts it over. Oh, it's gone off the inside of the ball. Oh my God!
Oh, there's drama in the last couple of minutes here.
How has that not gone in? Great little lift over the top from Alfie Rutherford, who beat Tom McGill, but he didn't beat the inside of the post. It came off the ground, off the post, onto the bar, and still didn't go in.
Yeah, the woodwork not his friend there, Joe.
Absolutely not. Jesus. Final moments here of the game. Basingstoke really pressing forward. They've only got 2 players inside their own half. And the ball, wow, good pressure here from Alfie Rutherford to get the ball out for a throw and waste a few more seconds. It's going to be a dramatic finish here at the Silver Lake Stadium. If Basingstoke got to take home the trophy, they had to find a goal in the next 30-40 seconds. Another slip, headed back towards the keeper. Can he get there?
Sam Smart's going for it.
He can't beat the keeper to the ball. And there is a Havant Waterlooville player down here on the pitch. I think he's okay. Physio being called over. Referee will add on time for this.
Yeah, I think that's the skipper, number 6, Ed Harris, is down.
Just receiving a little bit of treatment here. I think he does seem to be genuinely hurt.
Yeah, he seems to. It almost looks like a cramp, but then he did land funny when he went for that header. But you got to give it to Havant today. They have had the fans not on their side today. Basingstoke have been giving it the last, but they have been superb, these Basingstoke fans, and a real credit to this team.
Absolutely. And what a game it's been, just generally overall for the fans to watch. 2-1 on the night, if nothing changes in the last few minutes. Well, there will be probably a few more minutes add on after this, but 2-1 as it stands, been a great showcase for Hampshire football so far.
Yeah, very much so.
And it's been an absolute pleasure to be here so far as well. Hopefully there's more drama to come around the corner. He's just slowly making his way off the pitch here. It does seem to be a few time-wasting tactics going on as well. I think he genuinely has hurt himself. And the ball comes in. Sporting behaviour from Basingstoke, who passed the ball back to Havant Waterlooville's keeper, Brzezinski. That was at least another minute and a half. They've got to be added on, so don't switch off your computers yet. Keep watching the stream, so you never know what can happen in the final minutes of a game of football. The ball falls here for Basingstoke. Still being pressed highly by Havant Waterlooville, but they have sit down. Touch and go here for Basingstoke. He's going to play it down the left-hand side to Sam Smart, who's got a bit of space down here on the right-hand side, sorry. He's got one player in front of him. He does him to the byline.
Him.
And he doesn't.
He's gone down again. Oh! He's called for the
given
foul.
a free kick on the byline.
Yeah, he's again Sam Smart getting on the inside of their defenders. I think it was just up against who was it? Wes Fogden. He seems to be limping actually a bit.
I think
Sam
he's got
Smart.
a bit of cramp here in the hamstring area. He's ran his socks off.
Oh,
Got
he
to
did
give it to him.
fantastic.
But he's not giving up, and he's here to defend the corner. Who's standing over the corner here for Basingstoke? Sorry, not corner. Free kick.
I think it's Joe Debfield.
I think it is. Sam Debfield. Sam Debfield over the free kick.
Pardon moi.
It's got to be last chance saloon here for the Dragons of Basingstoke. Everyone's up bar one player on the edge of the box. 10 yards in from the corner spot.
It's definitely not Sam Debfield.
Oh, God. We do apologise. Whipped it in.
But what
Fast
a
across the
ball it
ball.
was. Yeah, what a ball it was.
And there you have it, everybody. Havant and Waterlooville FC are the 2019 Hampshire Senior Cup champions, back-to-back, having won it last year, and 3 times champions of the last 4 years. Will, you've got to give it to them. What a game.
Yeah, fantastic, Joe, actually. I really enjoyed that one. Again, both teams had chances. They did look really dangerous, Basingstoke. But again, I think just a mix-up at the back. Unfortunate for young Tom McGill, because I think that he's a fantastic keeper.
He's had a great game as well.
And he's only going to get better. But yeah, you know, it's things like that win and lose games. And unfortunately, that's just the way it's gone today for Basingstoke.
Absolutely. You've got to give it to Havant and Waterlooville, who've had a long season, obviously, in the National League, playing maybe above the standard they're used to. And to come here tonight and win the trophy, absolutely fantastic game of football. And we thank everyone from the Hampshire FA to all the sponsors today, Regal Building Services Limited and Paris Smith, for putting the showcase on. If you've been interested in our broadcast, this has been a student broadcast from Solent University between film students and Masters in Sports Broadcasting. So thank you very much for watching. Havant and Waterlooville FC are your Hampshire FA Senior Cup winners for 2019. Will, what were the standout players for the game for you today?
I thought Sam Smart was fantastic today. Yeah, he's turned up on the losing team, but a kid that can run for 90 minutes with that sort of pace, that sort of conviction, I thought he was fantastic. You've got to mention Chris Paul played a really outstanding role for Havant and Waterlooville today, and obviously the goal scorers. You know, Josh Huggins and that unfortunate goal that they scored in the second half. But yeah, I think overall, I think that the team who won it turned out better.
Absolutely. Mention must be made as well, I think, for Alfie Rutherford, who came on, didn't get the chances to score goals, but he ran his socks off in the second half. He made some crucial challenges down on the far side of the pitch. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Joe Crabb, here with Will Fowler in the box. We're going to send you back down to our presenters live. Thank you very much.
Yes, that is the full time on this in Silver Lake Stadium Senior Cup final, and Waterlooville have won for their second. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the second half, the half-time subs. How impactful were they?
So Alfie Rutherford came on, and straight away he started to make his way forward and started to push Basingstoke back. So, and then Robinson came on, and he stabilised Havant's midfield, and it's what they needed.
See all the smiles here on the Havant and Waterlooville players. Of course, there was the winning goal. Could you just explain to us how did that happen?
Well, I said at half-time that one of the key factors in the game could be Alfie Rutherford. Great finish, that worked for them.
Fantastic. And like I said, it wasn't just, the game wasn't close to over after the second goal. There was also a goal scramble.
Defenders were blocking the goal for almost what it seemed to be for their life. Pearson, a sub that came on in the 86th minute, also had that chance that nearly put him in the lead. Unfortunately for Havant and Waterlooville to defend.
And as we can see over there now, the Basingstoke Town players are picking up their medals. How would you sum up their performance tonight?
To play a team that's 2 divisions above them and put in such a strong performance, it's really noteworthy. Considering they've just been relegated, they weren't showing signs of a side that's just been relegated, that isn't in the best of situations at the moment, and for them, each player, to show the amount of effort that they did, it was incredible. And acclaim needs to be given to Basingstoke. They really put on a show for the fans that have travelled to come and see them today.
Now, of course, Havant and Waterlooville are collecting their medals, their winning medals, that is. And as we can see right now, Tyler Cordner is picking it up. He had a great game on the pitch. What do you make of his performance?
He defended well. He kept the back stable, and he stopped Basingstoke from being so attacking in the second half. He noticed that Sam Smart was causing trouble, and although Sam Smart took advantage of him at times, he really dealt well with him. It was brilliant. It was a really good battle to see on that right hand side.
And of course, at the front we can see Alfie Rutherford there, and he's all smiles. Should he be?
Without a doubt, he scored the winning goal and he brings the trophy home for his fans. And given their current situation and how they lost their manager, they've lifted the fans' mood. As you can hear, they're singing away, and I think today will be a happy day for them. Despite the situation they're in, they'll be able to cheer and just know that there is hope on the horizon for the club.
And of course there we can see that was the final part of the trophy ceremony as Havant Waterlooville lift it proudly above their heads.
They're loving it. You can see the players going to greet the fans, and it's just a great moment for the fans in this current situation.
Adarsh, our pitchside reporter, and he had a coach with him.
Thank you, Gurpreet. We have with us the manager and the captain of Havant and Waterlooville, Ed Harris and Sean Gale. Congratulations on a phenomenal victory today.
Thank you.
And how exactly does it feel? You've won the cup now.
Yeah, as I said to you before, it's important we win games, but I was disappointed how we played first half especially. It's not us, we were poor. You know, we'd had a tough game Monday, and it's asking a lot of the boys to play the amount of games we had to play. But second half we changed it around a little bit, got to grips with it. But we knew Basingstoke would give us a good game, and a good team. They passed the ball well and made it difficult for us. But I think in the end, a bit of experience told, and we got the win.
It weren't good enough first half, like Gailey said. So just trying to get the boys to raise their standards and do what we normally do. I felt we'd done that a lot better in the second half, but it doesn't just come from me; it comes from everyone within. So yeah, it was just to raise the standards and try and do a bit better than what we normally do.
This is your second back-to-back victory.
Yeah.
How exactly does it feel? What is going on in your head right now?
Right now, I'm thinking about Saturday Barnet at home, which is a massive important game for this football club and us. So my focus on it. Listen, we enjoyed it. It's another cup for the supporters, as I said before, and but now our focus will move straight on to the next game because that's the next important thing.
And this was not your. What would you have thought as a good end to the league stage? But winning this cup, what does this mean to you as captain?
Yeah, obviously it's been disappointing in terms of league, like Gailey said. That's our main focus, especially for Saturday. But it's nice to finish on a positive, or at least have a positive from this week. It's been a tough week for everyone in the squad and backroom staff. So I think we owed it to the gaffer and obviously the boys as well, and Gailey. So it's nice to obviously finish on a positive note. But like Gailey said, we've got to focus now on Saturday. It's a massive game, and we've got to go again.
And final question to you: first game as manager and first victory again. So how do you take this personally?
Listen, I dedicate this one to the previous manager because he's my mate. I don't like see anyone lose their job. I helped build a team with him. The team that played tonight is all players that him and myself brought into the football club. I mean, Ed's been here a long time with myself, so it's his team, and I managed it for him tonight, and we won.
So thank you very much. Have a fantastic night. That was a fantastic, phenomenal victory for you guys.
Cheers,
have a really good night.
Cheers, thank you. Cheers.
And now we get back to Gurpreet Singh, our presenter for the day.
Thank you very much, and everybody. That does conclude our coverage tonight. Solent Sports News and Hampshire. Congratulations to Havant. Thanks to SA Regal, our tournament sponsor. But it is goodbye from the Silver Lake Stadium.